you guys know, it is Drunken Chat, son.
And welcome to It's Drunken Chat, son. I am your host, Chilton's Greens and Cornbread, with my boy Spider Hunter. We are on the Drunken Chat, son, on the
What up? What up?
Conversators Network. Great to have, great to be here for another day, another week in 2024. What's going on, Spider Hunter? How's it going, baby?
It's good, good. Glad it's the weekend. I had a rough week over here in Jersey. We had all that snow and shit
Yeah.
on the East Coast. So I work in the trucking industry, so the roads and all of that being messed up is not a good night for me working. So
So you didn't get to freaking stay in, man.
no. I was out in the street. I was out in the street. I was out.
Shit, man. Sorry to hear that because I sure as hell was fucking in the house. Shit,
You
I
was
was
lucky. You was
yeah,
lucky.
they threw it out. They like, hey, you want to freaking telework? You got the option to telework? I was like, yeah, I'm to go ahead and telework, man. I'm gonna go ahead and telework.
No, I got to watch the ground go from clear to snow, and I left work when the trucks were starting to come out and do the sand and all of that. So it was
Yeah,
cool, though.
yeah, freaking. So just I just want to make sure everybody freaking is careful out there on the freaking roads. Freaking, hey, you ain't gonna get there any quicker if you're freaking dead, man. Just so freaking go ahead and freaking
No.
take it slow. If you need to get out there, freaking shovel. Please make sure you stretch and warm up and everything, because that there is a lot of us of our age, man, to be having heart attacks just trying to freaking shovel snow, man. So
Shit,
just be
not
careful.
even that extreme. You pull a muscle, you hurt yourself.
Yeah, it was freaking, it's a wrap, man. We freaking pulling muscle when you get 40, 50. It's a wrap, man. There's only so many Achilles tendons freaking operations you can freaking do. So what do we have up for tonight? So we got some Thundercat stuff. I'm gonna talk about some anime stuff, some of the books of the freaking week. Some of them are still the same from last week, and I think just we were going to talk about that Ultimate Spider-Man. How are you feeling about that? Some movie news, some Star Wars stuff, and some what if stuff, and some award stuff, and there's some big freaking Disney news. Um, but before I freaking get into any of this, I definitely want to give a shout out to those who freaking stopped in early with us: Wookie Fighter, GT Comics, Eugene and Young, Daniel Barry Sports Highlights, Raymond Camacho, Toy Time Studios, and Comic Studios. How's it going, guys? This once again is dry January, so I'm just testing out any of the non-alcoholic stuff. It's I don't know what you call it, Similac, whatever, similar to whatever freaking substitution bullshit. The one that I picked up from the ABC store is Seed Lip. Uh, Groove 42. I have not tried it, but I'm already going to tell you, I'm giving this a 2 based on the fucking packaging. The reason why I'm late the reason why I'm late freaking turning this bitch on is because it would took me about 5 minutes fucking around trying to fucking open this bitch. Look, it should not be harder to freaking open a non-alcoholic bottle than it is to freaking open
Chow
an
poo.
alcohol. Yeah, man. Like, yo, you gotta think like, hey, the motherfuckers in the club, it's fucking dark and shit, or there's very little light, and you gotta be able to open that shit freaking easy. Nah, I'm fucking around with knives and scissors and shit, fucking trying to fucking open up the fuck. That is not the way to freaking go. So I do want to bring in one of our other freaking boys, Rabbi Adam. So this is the first time that usually when I'm talking about something naughty, that's when Adam shows up. But I'm talking about alcohol, so Adam shows up. So what is going on, Rabbi Adam? What's going on? How's it, coach? How's it going, coach, baby?
Hey, Al, really good bit up there, that punk. What's up?
Adam was good.
I can't complain all that much. I'm getting over being sick.
Oh
Okay.
no, man!
And
Did you
then
have COVID or you had that RSV stuff?
I had COVID.
Oh shit, man!
Damn.
Sorry to hear that, man. Fuck, you gonna be all
I,
right?
feeling a lot better than I did last week. But still just been sleeping on and off. So I was kind of drifting on and off, and I got the email.
Oh, jeez, sorry about that, man. Freaking, I've been
Not a problem. I just wanted to finish the power record that I was drifting off to when I got the email.
Yeah, I was just trying to work stuff out. So we haven't gotten to much of it so far. The only thing I'm getting ready to do is do the review of this seed lip stuff. Let's see how it goes.
All
I,
right.
I don't. I literally don't smell anything. I hope I don't have COVID. Let's see. All right.
Mm.
Eh, no burn, nothing tangy to it. Maybe it's just supposed to be a
Yeah, how does I don't want to sound ignorant. How does non-alcoholic beverage work? Are you drinking it for the taste? Because only alcohol I know that I drink for the taste would be like whiskeys and bourbons and rums. Shit that you can taste the difference. The way it's
yeah,
aged in the barrel and all that shit.
right. So the
Other than
beer,
that,
right? So the beer, you definitely it's just the freaking taste. The freaking taste is like amazing, and I'm talking about the Budweiser Zero, which I do have a can here, a Budweiser. We're trying to get freaking some money here, so freaking hit us up. Um, but the Ritual Zero tequila that I tried last week, it definitely it had the smell of the agave and everything, and it had the burn that you're they need to put a little bit more burn in it and everything, but it definitely had that little burn on there. And that
okay,
was good. But this sea lip not an alcoholic spirit, and I should have known because it doesn't even say what it's supposed to taste like. It's just like, hey, here we are. So let me go ahead and it's because on the bottle it says it's supposed to mix with ginger ale. I don't have any ginger ale. I just have some Diet Mountain Dew.
Diet Mountain Dew.
Yes, salute. And I want to also welcome to the platform. Long time no see. How's it going, Mister Yee?
What's going on? How are y'all?
80.
Hey, what's
what
up?
up? What up?
What's
What's
going
good,
on?
Yeezy?
Chilling, hanging out.
It's good. Things are good. Things are good. Look, but we got a lot of stuff to cover, and I want to definitely want to hear the comments and everything from you guys and what you guys think on some of this stuff. So this is how it looked last week, and I definitely want to get into Aaron's thinking on this because he did make a play this week. So this is how it looked last week, and then this is how it's looking this week for Disney. So last week it was at 90. This week it was at 92. In fact, I think my numbers on this one are outdated because I think the last one I looked at, Disney is actually at $93 right now. Netflix the same. Warner Brothers making a play. Fox had a good week. Paramount had a freaking okay week. Amazon, eBay had where we're, but Disney was definitely freaking having a good week because oh also some of the things that I'm going to add is all these ones that I'm telling you guys about. I'm going to start putting these to freaking together and see how they perform. So the ones that I've been telling you guys about, this is my drunken chat son watch list. Put them all together. It's about $1,016 currently. Year to date, 4%. It's beating. Looks like it's beating the S&P 500, Dow Jones at 0.39%, Nasdaq and Russell 2000 index. And 19% of these actually have some dividends. So that's something good. So here's what I'm looking at now. Bandai Namco Holdings at 2,000 or 3,000 freaking yen. Of course, you got to look at the freaking GME. Hasbro, IDW, Aaron. I think you got in a little too high on this one, and I'll let you talk about that in a second.
Okay.
Lionsgate Entertainment, Mattel, Mike Pike. It was actually at 0.0002. It did get up to 0.005 this week. This is one I've been telling you guys. That's got
I
the
keep
wish
forgetting to
waking me up.
look at Hasbro.
Yeah. Hasbro. Yeah, Hasbro is definitely one that people should definitely keep an eye on. Get in at say 40 or 39, because it should be going to 70 anytime this year. Paramount, good stuff. If you don't know what about Roblox, actually for kids. And then of course Walt Disney, Warner Brothers, and Scholastic. So Aaron, you decided to jump in with IDW this week. I was telling you, hey, 39, 35 is good. People were talking about IDW this week, so you decided to jump in. Where did you jump in at, man?
I can double check exactly what I jumped in at,
Yeah,
but
'cause
I bought 500 shares because I was like,
500 shares. I thought you were like 100 shares because 100
no,
shares is like
no, I bought
butts.
500. Yeah, I bought 500 shares because I was like, kind of like, I had some dividend money to play around with, so I was like, kind of like,
Okay.
all right, so like, I was like, I had the itching for buying, and like I've been watching the stock ever since it was like what $4 a share. I think I had it at one point at like some like I think I got in like at 2 or 3 or something like that, and then it didn't do anything, and it shot back up to like 4 or 5. So I sold at that point, and then I just kind of watched it, and I think I bought 100 shares when it was like $1 something, like $1.38, and I've
Yeah.
just been holding it, and then it's dropped down now to to what we're seeing at like what 40 cents.
Yeah.
Um,
So right. Yeah. So it got delisted sometime last year, which is why it dropped down below $1. And it because it had to get its money situation in order because um of all the licenses it lost, like GI Joe and Star Wars and everything, right? Look, Disney and the other ones, and Hasbro, they were asking for a lot of money, but they had already borrowed a lot of money to get those, and nobody was really buying that stuff. So they said, hey, you know what? We're gonna let these licenses go, get our house in order, and then also we're going to delist so we don't have to keep it at a freaking dollar. So in fact, I think that was 2 weeks ago when I was telling you guys, I was like, hey, 39 cents looks good. But I do know one thing is that their intent, their target is to get back to $1 so they can relist on a New York Stock Exchange. They've got the money. They've got
no,
like I was looking at the finances like yesterday. Looks amazing.
well, did you announce or did you say last week that they IDW did resign the Turtles?
Yep.
Yes. Hmm.
So like when you made that announcement, I was like, okay, that gives me confidence that IDW is just not trying to sell and unload all their IPs. They're actually trying to rebuild something to like
Yes.
maintain as a as wherever they stand on ordering
Yeah.
comics or whatever.
Yeah. So so they're a definite vehicle, right? So they're not just like, hey, we are the comic books. We are a vehicle for movies and TV series and everything. So
Right.
can't hitch up with Netflix and everything. You would get with IDW and they will kind of walk everybody through that process. Um, the the problem is they haven't necessarily figured out, don't borrow a bunch of fucking money and do it all on your freaking own and then try to sell it to somebody else. I think they just figured that out in 2023. Actually, they figured out in 2022 because they got hit pretty freaking big right after the freaking pandemic. And in 2023, they were trying to show themselves out. But 2024, it looks good for them.
Right.
Problem is that a lot of the platforms that they have to promote themselves, such as they just missed CES 2024, they should have been there to push themselves and tell everybody who they are, what they got going on, and everything. Instead, they just says, "Oh, we'll let that happen," and then we'll just, at the same time, everybody's looking for that information. We'll release, "Hey, by the way, Teenage Mutant freaking Ninja Turtles." It's okay, but they can't ride the coattails of everybody forever. Now, here's the thing: is that they do have that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin movie coming out. Um,
Well, and the video game as well.
right. Well, so yeah, that's excuse me. Yeah, that's what I'm talking. Sorry, that's what I'm talking about. So they got the. We should see a trailer either at the end of 2024 or the beginning of 2025, and then it should be in the mid of 2025 or end of 2025. So we got some definitely. They got some definitely good things that should be happening. They just gotta freaking not make any freaking stupid moves from here on out and kind of slowly walk it back to $1 so they can get back on the NYSE. And then we can start talking about options and all that other stuff. And you're going to be in a really good position there.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So that's my plan is so like it's for that long term hold to see it hit back $1, to even like the $4 a share that it used to be. So we'll
Right.
see what happens.
Yeah. The biggest news that came out of freaking nowhere, that's for me anyway, apparently, but apparently it's been in the works for a while, is that the Disney and the National Football League have been in talks that uh, Disney will buy a stock or pieces of the NFL. NFL will in turn um, give out share points to ESPN, which of course Disney owns. So that's huge. This now, if they get that big piece of the NFL, you're talking about going from. I mean, look, Disney's already $1 billion, more than $1 billion company. They're a triple $1 billion freaking company. I don't know what the evaluation on the NFL is, but it's going to be even huger, right? Um, Plus, we've already seen some of this partnership already happening this past year. There is the Toy Story Funny Football. There is Disney, which has paired with Apple on certain things. In fact, let me go move on to that next one. This whole thing where Disney has paired with freaking Apple, so people can actually watch some of the Hulu sporting events through freaking Hulu, and that was an initiative of Disney. They've got so much stuff going on; it's freaking crazy. And at 90, what's it, $90? It's freaking ridiculous that people are evaluating that way. Now I had previously evaluated and said, hey, this should be an $86 freaking share, but with this news right here, this definitely should shoot up to the 110, $120 freaking valuation. Let's see. In fact, I got this other thing that I wanted to show just to show you guys how this.
Because with like cutting edge technology and stuff like that, they become leaders of like
Yeah,
of a new industry, and that creates revenue and jobs and all that. Yeah.
So take a look at this.
What's that all about?
We call it the holotile floor, and it's a very special piece of technology. And you know what? I'd like to show it to you.
This is the holotile.
It is. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to do a little demonstration of it. So I can walk on this omnidirectional floor in any direction I want. It will automatically do whatever it needs to have me stay on the floor. And what's amazing about this is multiple people can be on it and all walking independently. They can walk in virtual reality and so many other things.
So where are you hoping this tech ends up?
Imagine a number of people being in a room, being able to be somewhere else collaboratively and moving around, doing sightseeing. Imagine theatrical stages that might have these embedded in them so that dancers can do amazing moves. Not me, but really good dancers. So there are just so many applications for this type of technology, and we don't know yet where it'll be used.
Well, it's official. I think you probably have one of the coolest jobs.
Yeah, I think you're right. It gives me an amazing opportunity to use these inventions that I've made in service of people having fun.
Well, Lanny, it's been great catching up with you. Thanks for showing us around.
Sounds good.
All right, so imagine this. Yeah, so
Do they want us to leave the house at all? Like what the fuck?
they don't, because if they don't do that, then they don't have to spend more money on their infrastructure for their parks and everything. You would just freaking sit at home.
I can't wait for my floating chair.
Yeah. So you could, because in fact they already talked about it at CES 2024 for some of their events. Like what's the Star Wars one where there is a joint where you can freaking put in the freaking goggles and you can just walk around the freaking, it's called the Galaxy's Edge, I think it's called. You can just walk around the Galaxy Edge and see all this stuff. Plus there's other Easter eggs that you wouldn't be able to see, once again, just from your home. There's another exhibit for Luke's, is it not Luke's? Anakin's little freaking starfighter or whatever, where you can do the thing and then look inside everything and play around.
Oh, like the pod racer or whatever.
Yeah. So imagine this, like instead of, because
the Blue Starfighter.
Yeah, usually in order to move around, you got to have the little hand things, everything to walk around, and everything. No, this one you would actually be able to freaking walk around inside your house, or you could go to a local office or something like that and do the same thing. You just have to pay a little bit more money and everything. In fact, I think, and then think about. Okay, that's not in there. Was it Sony? So Sony has actually partnered with Etihad Stadium to do some of the same stuff. Whereas instead of having to go to the freaking game, once again you can freaking sit in your freaking house, and it would be just like you're at the freaking game. They actually debuted it at the
Excuse me, did you say Pizza Hut Stadium?
Etihad. Etihad. It's a soccer stadium. It's a soccer stadium. I know you're hungry, Adam, but yeah, it's Etihad, and it would be just in fact because there have been some where there have been some VR experiences where you're just sitting at the freaking thing, you look around like, okay, no, this is you walk in. It's like you're walking into the freaking stadium. You get to freaking see everybody that's going there. You get to walk around because certain stadiums they have like fan experiences things. You can walk around, go to those fan experiences, then go back to your seat, and you're freaking go. So they're definitely working on this thing to make it more seamless and make it more freaking like a thing. Here's
Make
the
it
thing.
less lazy.
Yeah, make us exactly make us more lazy, right? The thing is, the closest thing that right now that will help us do that right now is the Apple Vision Pro. I believe it comes out either next week or in a couple weeks. This thing is $3,500 freaking dollars. Um, as much as I love technology, I am not about to spend that freaking amount of money. Um, Now, Adam, I know you probably freaking at Exotica. Did they have any weird technology things with VR and porn and all that stuff? It's probably down
I
your alley.
believe there was a headset type thing around. I didn't get to get a good enough look at it. You know, there is. I just didn't get over that section this year. I mean, I've seen a couple sex dolls that look a little too realistic for my taste.
Yeah,
I mean, that's all you have to do is put some AI on them, and it's like, holy shit.
yeah.
Uh,
So this type of stuff is making me hopeful. Especially with the Hollow Trail stuff, the Apple Vision Pro. I think Disney. It can still. So let's put this in the context of what's going to happen with the next couple weeks. With the next couple weeks, you have some dividend stuff. In fact, you just had some ex dividend dates this week. Payout at the end of the month, right? Then there's going to be a huge sell off. That's going to be normal. Don't panic. But then after that, people are going to be looking to manage and move their money into hard, stable stuff. I think if they're smart, they'll move it over in freaking Disney because ever since we talked about this one a couple weeks ago, it's risen $4 from 89 to what is it at 93 or something like that. So that's where we're going to be. Thing is, I wouldn't if you don't have that much cash, you don't want to spend that much cash because this $100 is a little bit too much for you. There are smaller companies that are dealing with this stuff that you might want to freaking look into. Um, let's see. I was going to talk about Viteras. I think I'll talk about that later. Whatnot stock, right? So Whatnot is not publicly traded right now, but there are people working on the IPO right now. So if you are interested in that, you can check out Equity B, Forge Global, or Equity Zen. If you have big money, then you can talk to Fundrise Innovation or the ARC Venture Fund, which is the first one we covered years ago when it first came out. So that's where you might want to think about. Now, anime, anime in 2024. Look, anime has already been big, right? It's
Yeah.
had for the last 3 years. It's already been big, but now in the black community, and it's starting to blow up. And you guys, so here's the thing, right? People think they spend a lot of money on anime. Think of you can just look up the numbers on how much the average black family spends on entertainment. Okay, if black people, if the black community starts spending money on anime, Lord have mercy, it's definitely going to take off.
Dude, I can't wait to see like the giant anime chains and stuff like that.
Oh, Regan, it was going to be crazy, right? And so
Dude, like Dragon Ball chains or something like that. Like,
So,
could you
I'm
imagine?
surprised there aren't already, right?
Right? Or
Yeah,
like like some kind of crazy like gym in the middle or something like that, like
that would be,
surrounded like
yeah.
holding by gold. Like
Hmm.
I'm sure it exists already, but like I mean I don't personally go looking for that.
um, so Meg Thee Stallion, who has definitely said in a lot of interviews that she is an anime fan, she is going to host the 2024 Crunchy Awards. Right. So look, she's got the stallions, she's got her fans. They're going to see her doing awards, and they're going to be get into it and be all over it. The other surprising thing was Usher, right? So this is so Meg Thee Stallion, she's got her younger fans, but Usher, who's got the older fans, right? The people that are like 40, 56 years old that remember. So apparently in Jujutsu Kaisen, there was the death, I forget, of this character, right? And then in TikTok and Instagram, people were putting together these videos using the Usher song. So of course this shit was fucking blowing up. What they didn't
Nice.
expect is for Usher on his Instagram to come out as cosplaying as that freaking character as kind of like a thanks to everything. Now people are all in the Twitter about it, like what the fuck was going on and everything. So these two things, Meg Thee Stallion and Usher freaking cosplaying as this dude as an anime character, is something to watch out for. And I think, I'm telling you, man, freaking you just gotta watch out for that stuff. Um, Dragon Ball Z Daima, they're going to freaking roll it back. So they're going to do like a kind of a Scotty Youngish type deal where you're going to roll back these characters to when they were young. Um, I guess this is to kind of appeal to the young crowd. Because look, the crowd that loves Dragon Ball Z, they're our age. They're like 30, 40, 50 years old. But when I actually took my sons earlier last year to the Dragon Ball Z movie, they had no idea who the fuck these people were. They don't fuck with Dragon Ball Z like that. So it's a good idea that they're going to roll it back, show these guys as freaking kids, and they're going to take it from there.
Oh, like hook a new generation basically.
Yes,
But hopefully not end up with a Dragon Ball GT.
who knows? Who
All
knows?
all the young kids watches Naruto.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So here, so the young kids, the kids that are my kids' age, they don't really fuck with TV series and everything. They're more into YouTube series.
Mm.
And the big thing this week was creepy pasta stuff. I'm talking about Hasbin Hotel. It had a fucking big resurgence because there was this weird guy, this weird content creator who spent $50,000 on an animation that had where he put himself inside the animation, and he had the main character sexually assault him in the freaking animation. It was weird.
what?
The fuck?
Yeah, hey, look, he got a lot of subscribers after that, and he got a lot of freaking, this shit went
He
fucking
got a
viral.
lot. Well, we're talking about it.
Exactly.
We're talking about it, you know.
Yeah, you can just skip this part. Like,
Yeah, so there's Hasbin Hotel, Digital Circus is another one, and there's a whole bunch of other ones. Those are the ones that my kids are into, that weird YouTube series stuff that's like off Skibbity Toilet. That's another one. For those that freaking know.
What?
Yes, it's a
yo,
dude. He's a head and he's in a toilet, and it's weird.
that's crazy.
Okay.
It's the internet. That doesn't surprise me.
So yeah, uh so the first appearance of Dragon Ball Z, of course, was in like Weekly Shonen Jump Shonen. I forget what the year. You're not gonna freaking get that thing. However, the first comic book format type deal. There is a Dragon Ball Z. I forget what year that one was. It was 1993, maybe. something
That
like that.
sounds right. Yeah, I was gonna say it was a little.
Yeah, 1993.
Is that the
You
one
gotta
from
be.
Viz?
I'm sorry, say again, Adam.
That's from Viz Entertainment? Dragon Ball?
Yes, yes, yes. Just gotta be careful because there are like fourth, fifth, maybe even some 14th prints out there.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Be
be
careful of
Book
the bolts of Prince. Yep.
I know Maine got this book, Comics Maine. I know you posted this shit a few times.
Yeah.
The very first time I met Ninth, we found it in a box at a con. I think he ended up buying it for like $10. I want to say.
Shout out to Joe477 who says that he's cheaper than a sex doll. And
Dude, whatever.
I knew I was gonna be awake, so that's why I jumped on. So I was like, kind of like, I'm like, if I'm still awake, I might as well just sit here and talk.
So IDW at 42 cents. I think that's where if we can stop that. Now here's the deal. I did watch Usagi Samurai Rabbit, the Usagi Chronicles, and you know what? Not bad at all, man. Freaking not bad at all. I
It was
haven't heard.
entertaining.
Yeah, I haven't heard whether there's going to be a third season or anything like that, but it was definitely freaking good. I'm kind of shocked that they didn't advertise it more or anything like that. It just, and every time I went back to see rest of watching episodes, I had a freaking dig for it. Right? It wasn't.
It wasn't like a featured thing. Yeah, you had to like search it.
It was weird. I feel like Netflix is trying to hide it or
Mm.
something like that. So I'm not sure what the fuck's going on with that.
Well, it's been out for a while now at this point too.
Yeah, 2022. But yeah, freaking. But when it came out, I would have been all over it, man. But
Yeah, because I remember announcing like when it finally released because I was excited about it, and it's cool to see all the flashbacks.
Is it worth the watch?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Is that at the same level, since it's Netflix, the same level of Super Crooks?
Super Crooks.
The-
Yeah, I enjoyed Super Crooks on Netflix.
and I'll check you, Usagi out.
The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 1, which again, this is not even Amazing Fantasy 15. This is the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 1.
Yep.
Sold $1.3 million at an auction. It broke the record for the highest price this issue has ever fetched on the block. It was purchased for a staggering bid of actually $1,380,000 through Heritage Auctions. The record-breaking sale was a part of a larger auction that also included a 7.0 copy of Superman number 1, which sold for $2.3 million. So yeah.
So there's a few things about this Amazing Spider-Man, right? Like this was a pedigree book from the Curator collection. So if you don't know about that, look it up. It's a really cool story. But long story short, it was a museum curator that stored his books at the museum. So that's why they maintained in such like high grades, like it's controlled temperature room, probably like practices that we use now. Like probably acid free, paper in between the pages to preserve the paper, and I would assume some sort of Mylar bag, right?
Yeah.
But
9.8.
It was a 9.8, but here's the crazy part. It was a CPR. This was a CPR. This was a 9.6, and it had the old blue label, and the person was cracking it to, I guess, get the new label, but I guess they went ahead and sent it to, I'm assuming, CCS to press it, because, I mean, I don't know any other presser you would trust with, like, something like that.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that makes sense.
Just to keep it all in-house, right? Well, I mean, especially for the insurance purposes, I would assume. But anyways, yeah. But to go from 9.6 to 9.8 on this book.
So what do we think now, right? So this is It's not a first appearance,
Nope.
but it is.
It
No,
does
his
have a lot of
It's the first issue.
in there to the Spider-Man lore that are really important.
It's the first solo series, the first issue.
Yeah, the first ongoing series that I mean, do you count it like going from like issues 1 to like 800 issues or whatever, or are you counting it from like where each volume, right? The 1 to 400, and then 400 to 700, and blah blah blah.
It might be from 1 to 441, I believe. And then it had that.
That's the first volume.
Is it?
Yeah, 441 is the last issue. The volume 2 starts with issue 1, and then it runs to, I believe, like
It runs to issue
20 or
49, I think, or 50
yeah,
something.
Yeah.
And then it switches to 500, then it goes back. Then that's when they start the legacy number, and I think you start to see it on some of them later on.
Yeah.
This is also the
I don't
first
know.
appearance of J. Jonah Jameson, the Daily Bugle, and the Chameleon, too.
Oh, for issue 1.
Yeah. First John Jameson, first J. Jonah Jameson, Daily Bugle, Chameleon, first time Spider-Man meets the Fantastic Four.
He thought they got paid.
Yep.
I mean, anytime I think Spider-Man, like early appearances or first appearances, I always think of AF-15, and then usually next in line is this book.
Yeah, it looks like it's his. It is his.
But the thing is, though, AF-15, a lot of people confuse AF-15 for Amazing Spider-Man 1. Like, the whole getting the powers and him doing the wrestler and all of that. They think that's this issue, and it's not.
Right. But I mean, is that because it's the way it's titled, just because it's I'm not really into this hobby, but just because it's an issue 1 and it's Spider-Man in the title, that means something, even though
it holds more weight.
Okay.
It holds more weight. And again, for you guys, I haven't yet seen the book to get graded, but I see how you guys talk about the labels, and I see how certain times they have special labels. And like one book I actually got has it's a Spider-Verse book, and it also has a Miles label. And I ain't gonna lie, it looks cool like that. It has the when it matches or when it links up. So I'm assuming to see the CGC label or CBCS, whatever, and it says the Amazing Spider-Man issue 1, that looks a lot better, I guess, than Amazing Fantasy 15.
Yeah, I guess I could kind of see that point of view, but
either one is good.
Yeah. And then, do you think it boosted it a lot that it is a pedigree? Like, do people that buy in these auctions, do they care about that kind of stuff really?
I don't think
stuff,
so.
Probably. Like how many? There's like so many pedigree.
Lucas, what auction was this again?
Heritage.
This was a heritage auction.
Heritage. All right. I used to I did a little stint in the library, working in the library and whatnot. And in New York, the New York Public Library, in their basement, they have lots of books, some of the oldest books in the country. And when they are to, I guess you would say, that pedigree level, they are in a controlled room temperature. It's a controlled space. It's like a cigar room damn near. Depending on the book, especially the ones like from the pre-Civil War and stuff like that, you gotta wear a suit. You can't go in there straight up. You have to be, gloved up and everything like that to protect the environment. So if that book was in any library to that degree, that thing is it's like a damn near brand new book that we buy on the shelf. It's literally that.
Yeah, so that's exactly the kind of environment that it was in, probably.
Excuse me, you said this was from that museum curated collection?
Yeah, so this is from the curator collection. And yes, I don't know what museum he worked for, but it was a very prestigious one.
Yeah, if it's any legit museum in the United States, they all have that. I'm just going on for the New York Museum. and even the museums in the Bronx and stuff like that, they all have that storage capability to where they can preserve these very old books.
Yeah, they have that too.
Right.
Like,
It's probably also a requirement by law, I would assume, that like to get funding from the government or whatever, that you have to meet these requirements to retain as like as a nonprofit, blah 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 blah.
Get the tax incentives.
Yeah, exactly. But
shout out to Sands Groups Collectibles. How's it going, brother? But yeah, man, freaking. I'm happy for whoever got that 1.3, almost 1.4 mil.
Right.
But I gotta restart rethinking. Should we start going and thinking about buying these #1 issues of ongoing series for some of these characters that we love? How much should we be investing in these? I don't know. I don't even know how much, like, for instance, like Miles Morales. I'm not even sure like how much his ongoing series cost.
UF4s are definitely down. Like, I saw someone selling a 9.6 UF4 1 in 25 for like $4,000.
holy shit!
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, how much is
So the 9.8 went as high as the record high for that was $43,000.
Jesus.
But then, like, as of recently, after that $43,000 sale, then it started dropping down to half of that, and then I think the lowest upon recently has been like $10,000. I want to say for a 9.8.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So I guess
maybe 12.
What are we doing? I guess that's what we're doing this weekend, is looking to see who's looking to sell their shit for cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's tons of people buying collections right now.
There's tons of people selling collections right now.
Yeah. There's a lot of people selling collections as well. But yeah.
And it's not just comics. It's like I'm seeing it across the board. I belong to this one Jane Silent Bob buy and sell group, and lately I just seen people dropping some of the rarest shit I have not seen in like 20 years.
Yeah. Well, so you also got to remember that right now, because credit is kind of expensive right now, people may be less willing to freaking buy stuff. Now, I think people were saying that during the summertime, that's when the Fed rates is going to lower the rates or something like that. So we might see books and collectibles pick up. For right now, man.
Right now, interest rates fucking suck. Interest sucks.
Yeah. So, there we go. All right. So I came across this interesting article. It was talking about how DC might lose, or is probably going to lose, the rights, the copyrights for Batman and Superman within the next 10 years. All of a sudden, so for those that are trying to understand where I'm going, you got freaking Mickey Mouse and Winnie the Pooh, who Disney just lost their copyrights to within the last 2 to 3 years. Then all of a sudden, you got all these weird freaking things that people are trying to do with them. Now DC.
Did you watch the Winnie the Pooh movie? Did you watch that?
Was it
good?
There's two of them. There's two of them actually out there.
There's
Wait,
two
the
of
second
them.
one. I saw the first one.
Okay, is it actually good?
Low budget. Low budget.
Low budget.
Low budget horror. Low budget horror. Low
Smoking
budget horror.
So almost like a B kind of horror film.
Yeah, a little too gory, which it didn't need to. But look, all you need is a fucking scary character, man. Fucking just have them chop up people. You don't have to go too gory. Looks like they spent most of their budget on the fucking blood and everything. So, but I think they are going to do a part 2. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, they are going to do a part 2 on that one.
And I saw the trailer for that mousetrap, the Mickey Mouse horror thing. And it looked god fucking awful.
Yeah. But so see. Here's the thing: is that people have to be careful with what they're doing, because The thing that they lost a copyright to, I'm talking about when it comes to Mickey Mouse, is they lost a copyright to Steamboat Willie.
Yeah.
Um, that means that doesn't mean they lost the rights to all of their Mickey Mouse. It's just Steamboat Willie out there. So now everything that Marvel and DC has been doing with all these little meta universes and 6,000 universes within the last 2 or 3 years now starts to make a little bit more fucking sense, because if you have every type of possible version of fucking Superman, then nobody else can come out with some crazy ass fucking Superman. If you have every type of crazy ass version of fucking Batman out there, then nobody else can fuck with your Batman. So that's
because
why they would know.
it's already an existing universe within DC, and so it would violate like
Copyright, yes.
copyright infringement.
Right, because just in 2022 alone, they built at least 30 freaking different Spider-Man, Spider-Girls, and all that other stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
And then they didn't do anything else with them.
Yeah, we have said this before. This is an old company tactic. Like Coca-Cola used to do this. They would just create different flavors just to take up shelf space, so they could have more space in the store. They didn't give a shit if it sold or not. It was just, we're gonna take up space from the competition.
Okay. We're gonna take and boom, it's out there in case it does well, or preventing our competition.
They have the IP. They have the IP. They create all these spider characters and put them away. And if something pops, okay, we can pull it out.
Or it's cool again, or whatever. It's retro.
It's
Like how Stranger Things, like how they rebranded like New Coke again.
Of nostalgia.
Yep.
So Sam's group is pointing out that Miles Morales is extremely down. I'm not sure what title he's talking about, whether he's talking about Ultimate Fallout 4 or the issue number 1, but he's saying Miles is extremely down. It's on auction 9/8, 12 to 1400. Yeah, that's fucking. I hope that's not Ultimate Fallout 4. That would be, because I know a lot of people that spend a lot of fucking bread.
The Ultimate Spider-Man one that came out after Ultimate 4.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right. What they're going for right now.
Damn, I don't want to spend all that money, but I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, because I know that Edge of Spider-Verse 2 also is kind of down at the moment too.
What's your buy-in for UF498 then right now?
So considering that the last two I built or that I bought was $50 and $235. So you can imagine my happiness when even the one that I bought for $235 was an 8.0, if I'm not mistaken. So that one was the one that was going for about 4K at one point. So of course it's not going for 4K at this point. But
oh, is it the 1 in 25 one, the Jurjovic variant?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so oh man,
I mean, I feel like that book is always going to be like one of those books that has its leaps and bounds, but it had the pandemic shock to it, right?
Yes, that and the Moon Girl Devil's Dinosaur, and that one got really weird. In fact, let me go ahead and freaking talk about that one right now.
I enjoyed the Disney Plus series for that.
So, the 35th anniversary GLAAD Media Awards. I think that's the Gay, Lesbian, whatever awards. They decided to nominate Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur for a thing, and I hope it freaking wins, because that'll definitely put more spotlight on this one. Also nominated is Adventure Time. That is another one that has some comic books out there. I'm looking through Transformers, Earthspark, Paramount Plus. Also out there for outstanding video game, Baldur's Gate, which does have a comic book out there, and Horizon Forbidden West, which must have been 6 or 7 years ago. There was a 1 in 100 art germ out there, as well as several Peach Momokos that are out there.
So this is just for gay media?
Yes.
Yeah, it's gay, gay and lesbian. I forget the other two parts of GLAAD acronym.
So Moon Girl is gay?
No, maybe maybe one of the characters in there.
Possibly, or
Yeah,
maybe,
because
it had a story in there where it dealt with gay and lesbian,
Oh, it's
themes,
okay. Okay,
positive light.
yeah,
got it.
the Moon Girl is only like 9, I believe.
Yeah, listen. I didn't know where it was going. That's why I was like, yeah, because I'm like the dinosaur is gay or just a little girl.
They go
Bingo.
on, as a old friend of mine used to say.
Got it.
Yep. And then for outstanding comic book, they actually have a comic book freaking joint. Is they had Adventures of Superman, John Kent. We all know why.
Yep.
Betsy
So this
Braddock.
explains it. Okay, this explains it. Like I guess you know how sorry, real quick. You know how some
Go ahead,
people in the comic community sit there and say that like, why are they writing these stories? Because no one's asking for them. That actually reads comics. I understand there's an audience for all type, but for the business of selling comics, I don't know how much of that community is actually purchasing comics in the sense of I want to see myself in the comic. But if you have an award attached to it that has some prestige to it, that can explain, because a lot of these writers just don't write comics. They all want to write for TV and movies and do other things. I would assume having a good award on your jacket, like a resume. It's like, oh yeah, I got a GLAAD award too, Pete. You know what I mean? I assume that's what it is, because it can't be so much an influx of these type of stories when we're in the comic book store and we're looking around and it's like, who's asking for this story in the store, like that's buying this stuff. So it's like I feel that an award is an incentive for a push with these these types of things.
Chad K says that T-Rex stands for trans.
What did you say?
Chad.
Love you, Chad.
Oh, that was good. That was good on multiple levels. But yeah, I mean, but this award show is like multimedia. So like we saw TV shows on here, and it doesn't just focus around just comic stuff. It's
no, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. It's like, but for them to highlight a writer, that writer can step over now to the other media. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I mean? Oh, they can connect the dots there.
Bingo, yeah.
And
network there.
Tom Taylor is DC Comics, superstar, one of the 2 big superstar writers at the moment too. It's like Cam and Josh All Williams. And as much as the bisexual Superboy irks me, it also is kind of it didn't feel as forced as other characters in DC, like Tim Drake.
Mm-hmm.
At least John Kent was somewhat a new character. They never, that was editorially aged up for stupid reasons.
Yeah, if you make a new character and they are whatever they are, you know what I mean? If they're crippled, if they're whatever the fuck they are is cool. It's when I always say it's when you take an existing character, a character that we've either watched on TV, media, different platforms over the years, and now you change him or her. That is where it gets disruptive. You create a new character, no one gives a shit. It's like, okay, yeah, that's cool. That's what they are. Okay, cool. Can they fight? Is the action good? Is the story good? But if you sit there and take Wolverine or you take Spider-Man and you're like, okay, now Peter Parker is such and such, instead of making a new character. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, see, with John Kent Superboy, I was like, he was still, to me, new enough a character to be like, that's an interesting take. Other characters, it was like when they did it with Tim Drake Robin, I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, that was different,
Same thing with Iceman. With Iceman, it was which was the other example from Marvel where it was out of left field. I was like, what the fuck? After almost 50 years, really?
Yeah. So Sans Group is saying that Moon Girl was getting closer to her friend and felt a little touchy. That may be why.
Okay.
And he says Kid Venom is better than Spider-Boy. And that look at the fee base for a UF42, 9.8 last sale as low as $1,300.
Damn.
Well, yeah, you gotta be careful out there, guys. You know,
Buy in at $800. No, I'm just joking.
I saw it 9.6 PGX going for like 4 something the other day. There's a
just-
That's a
fucking PGX.
That's a CPR all day.
Yep.
all right, moving on to Channing Tatum, excuse me.
No, I think you had it right the first time.
It's all
I'm just joking.
Yeah, he has taken to Instagram to confirm his involvement on a live action. I don't know how you're gonna do that, but live action The Max series. Or is it a movie?
I hope he's just producing it and not starring in it.
Mm,
I don't know.
This dude can't act, man. He can't act.
He's acting. He put
Yes.
the Macho Man Randy Savage. His acting skills are all crap.
Is he really gonna act in it? Because it's just gonna be like some CGI suit thing, and then like you're never actually.
Yeah, but then he's gonna. But then if he does the voiceover, we're gonna get that
Oh.
breathing
So
shit he
he-
does.
No,
It's
so
like,
Channing Tatum.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Channing, yo, he's just terrible, man. He's just terrible.
His
Channing
acting
Tatum will
skills are
play.
all crap.
Yeah, he is going to play the lead role, and it's going to be on Paramount Pictures. So that's a thing. So
I can't wait to find out he's a rapper also. Like that's all I'm hoping at this point.
so
like the Tom Hardy thing. I don't know if y'all saw that.
no.
Yeah,
No.
I saw that. I there's some things even for a blind person I can't unsee.
So when it comes to first appearances for this one, it's a kind of a pick your poison with this one. It all depends on how you want to freaking look at it. There is the darker image Ashcan, which did come out in '93 before the Max Ashcans came out there for issue number 1. And then if you listen to some of the interviews that the writer has given, the Max actually started out as Max the Hare, and his first appearance was in Primer number 5 from 1983. So that's 10 years before the Max
damn.
actually came out. So
Nice.
what's going on, Sir Christopher the Gray? What's going on? How's it going? And the so I think you and
This
I
shit.
talked about the Spidey, the Thundercats, this Perillo, absolutely, definitely going to be one of my candidates of the year, and we're only in freaking January. Look, apparently, Dynamite has already released the numbers that it has sold 170,000 copies already.
Yep.
So if you're out there sitting on there on a 1 in 100 or 1 in 200, I think that was the max. You just gotta understand, hey man, freaking there's a shitload of copies out there, which is why my deference is still to that foil, right? Which was kind of expensive. Once again, that was $30, $29.99 for that thing. And if you buy that $29.99 foil, guess what? It doesn't freaking go towards the incentives for. It's not a qualifier for any of the incentives. So I don't know how many retailers are going to actually buy. They might buy like 5 or 6. Midtown, they'll probably buy like 50, right? But the rest of those little retailers, they're not going to buy. They're not going to buy that $29.99. Chad Cave is asking, did I see the KRS Jang Thundercats? No, I have not. Or maybe I have,
Yeah.
but I didn't like. I don't know. Sure.
They just showed them damn near like a few hours ago, like earlier today. I forgot.
They must be trying to get people's attention right before I freaking come on this freaking joint, because everybody keeps talking about some shit that KRS did. I'm like, I don't know shit. Motherfuckers don't sleep. Let's see. Oh, is that with Thundra?
But it's probably because they're also on the West Coast.
I haven't dealt with KRS in years.
Here we go.
Is that Natalie Sanders?
Yo, son, this
Yep.
shit is crazy.
Here we go. Not bad.
Oh, it's Shang. Yeah, John Shang.
You seen the Bjorn Barons one?
Mm-mm.
You just gotta
it's,
go to.
it's also Dynamite. I forgot. There's gonna be like a bazillion
You
covers.
know how
right?
Dynamite hates trees.
Yo, peep, I'm looking at it right now. Hold on, let me give you a quick count. There are 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. There are 17 open order covers, and then there are 3, 6, 9, 12, 16 incentive covers, and then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 7 retailer exclusives so far.
Okay, go on.
And that's
That's it.
that's what we know about right now.
Yeah, as of today, yeah. They
Yeah.
still have time to announce. Yeah, there you go.
When's FOC? I have to know.
Wait, FOC pass?
FOC, yeah, FOC has already passed.
Okay, so that's all there's gonna be. Okay, at least,
Yeah.
Well,
at least it didn't go through the alphabet at least 3 times. So
You
I'm
mean
just
like
happy.
with the Gargoyles and Darkwing Duck?
Well, didn't that hit double alphabet? Right?
I think Gargoyles did. I'm not sure about. I don't remember for Darkwing.
I mean, they probably figured out that their business model of having a 1 in 1,000 and then making your books returnable was not a sustainable model.
Which I'm happy about because they have a lot of books coming out this year in the future that I'm really looking forward to. So if they want to keep this model or shrink it just a little bit more, I'd be really happy. And especially when they get the Flintstones and Space Ghost and Johnny Quest.
So Lucas, they got 3 different versions of this cover.
the Bjorn Beren joint.
No, the one you got up there on the screen. The who is that? Perio?
Yes. Yeah. So
Yeah,
there's
they got
so there's going to be the foil. There's going to be the regular. There's going to be foil.
And there's a version. There's a version for it. Yeah.
There's probably going to be a red joint out there because they like to shade shit red.
Sketch variants.
Well, there's a red blank cover. Excuse me, a spotlight orange cover, a blank cover, and then there's a spotlight. It's cover Z. It's cover ZE. And no, this is an open order cover, not even an incentive. There's a bunch of covers.
Which one's the metal cover?
Shit, I don't know.
You're about to list like 10 covers right now to me.
Well, the Thundercat symbol one is a gold foil.
Okay, yeah,
Right.
I did see that.
Excuse me, Spidey, was that the one you were talking about last week? The one that had the symbol?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yep, Adam, my man, you remember? Yeah, the 4-1. It's the one where it's the symbol shooting up. You know, the whole Thundercats one. That one.
Oh yeah.
See, that would be great for a signature series with Larry Kenny.
Let's see. There's the towel. Cover H Perillo foil.
Yep.
There's the logo foil gold.
Mm-hmm.
And that one's open order as well. Actually, so this foil is right here is $9.99. So it looks like did they decrease the price on that? Oh nope, there we go. It's a Virgin. Here we go. The Virgin is $29.
The Virgin one, yeah, the Virgin one was the one was $30.
Oh, so it's like
I like that animated looking one.
It's like Dynamite's doing their own store variant by doing a trade in a Virgin and then setting up the price like that.
Mm-hmm. There's
Is
a
that legal?
Yeah, they can do whatever the fuck they want.
Except that they have their own forest, man.
I was just joking, but yeah.
And
Here's
the
a-
forest, they hate trees. It's like, fuck,
They use
a
radioactive ink,
fucking Z.
allegedly.
So there's a 1 in 15 sketch. So there's 3, 4. We're looking at 4 right now. 1 in 25 sketch art version for it. And then there's the 1 in 200 cover ZB. So we're looking at 7, possibly. Liefeld has a cover.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wow.
You know, fans of his will love that.
Yeah,
Latina.
that one right there. The
Latina.
symbol, the shooting up one. I like that.
Oh, this one. The ZD
Yeah,
Spotlight
yeah.
Blank.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's cool. I do like that too.
Yeah, you know the
Must be
Thundercats.
good for seeing
Oh, shit, yeah.
Oh man, there could be some artists that draw on some like pretty badass weapons or something like that too. They could get like super creative with that cover.
So yeah, shitload of covers and shitload of freaking retailer incentives, and that would be why there's 170,000. So you guys, I was like, man, 2024, we gotta stop these freaking retailers from doing this shit. You guys just gave them encouragement to fucking do that shit.
No,
Fuck y'all.
publishers
It's
are
kind of hard
doing
when you got
this.
the publishers doing it themselves, though.
Yeah. Or
All right, so
yeah, or just turning everything into a foil, right?
I swear, I want to get all the foil in the world, put it on a boat, and blow the fucking thing up.
Sir Christopher Degree is asking, did anybody notice the census on the facsimiles? Yes. Like for instance, the Secret War facsimile. That's getting
No, that Spider-Man facsimile. The hold on. You got to show that shit later on when you get to it. The facsimile, the 1 in 25. That shit looks beautiful for the Amazing Spider-Man 253. That shit looks good. I forgot the artist's name, but I just seen it earlier.
I
Right
did not realize that there was a 1 in 25 for the 253.
Yes.
252.
Yeah. No, 253. Francis Mobley. It's on FOC this week. I'm looking at it right now. The Rose and Spider-Man. That shit looks beautiful. It looks very good. I could care less if it's in the cinema or not. That's like I want that cover.
He said it's Amazing Spider-Man
253.
253.
253. Okay, Diamond does not have it yet. So let me go into.
I'm on the Penguin random. I'm on the Penguin website.
Yeah, that's where I'm going right now.
I really want to order 25 copies of this.
But they did have a ratio incentive on ASM 252 as well.
Yeah.
And they also had it on the Secret Wars.
All right. All right. So while I'm trying to square that away, what if, but Star Wars styles, right? So there's a bunch of Star Wars what if type freaking stories out there. And I don't normally talk about rumors. I try to stay from, no, this person got cast, this is going to happen, might happen. I usually try and stay away from that stuff when I'm talking about this stuff. However, in this particular instance, I've been telling people a while for this, like the last 2 years, they have been putting out some toys that come from their what if universe.
Oh yeah.
And the one that definitely
They got that.
Yeah, the one that definitely pops up in my mind is this one, the Star Wars Infinity's Return of the Jedi. It is a what if Darth Vader went and became a Jedi after he became Sith. Now he's going to become a freaking Jedi again. So there's all types of speculation of what type of stories. I think this is the one that is the most plausible and makes the most sense, and which sends shivers down people's freaking souls. There was another one. What?
Especially with Disney Plus doing so well with the What If Marvel series, it only makes sense that they're doing this. And then Star Wars animation on I'm enjoying it a ton. Like, I'm not sure if anyone else has watched both seasons of Visions.
Yep.
Like that is so good. Like even in that, like, because they pretty much touch on like every different animation style you can imagine,
Hmm.
while still putting their own Star Wars twist to it as well. On top of that,
It was real good to see, though. It was real good to see the different variations of how people interpret Star Wars, through whatever lens
right?
they have.
I'll check it out. I mean, I just started watching Rebels and all that stuff, so I'll definitely check it out.
So all the Visions episodes are like 10 minutes. It's like super
Yeah.
short.
So they're like
You can watch a whole season in like an hour.
so the length of Titans Go?
Huh?
They're about the same length as Teen Titans Go.
Yeah, like, or like regular show, or if you watch any of those.
Yeah,
like,
so that's all right. Cool. Then I can blitz through them. Then all right, cool.
Oh yeah. You can probably watch both seasons in 2 hours, 2.5.
All right, sweet.
Give it.
Like I said, I have no time on my hands up until the 29th. So.
But this issue right here, good call on this, Lucas, because this figure just came out last year, just a few months ago, for the Hasbro Black Series.
Yeah, because they did pre-orders on it. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So for this to come out, I agree with you. There is some synergy between the toys and whatever it is that they're doing. Disney doesn't market.
They don't
shit
do
that
accidents.
way.
Yeah, they don't do accidents.
They don't do accidents. They damn sure don't. Especially with a reissue of a figure that they made at least 4 different versions of in the past year.
Mm-hmm. And y'all, I mean, you guys are freaking picking apart these facsimiles. Pay attention to these facsimiles that they're doing. Some of them are just like classics, it's like whatever. But some of them, they have plans for some of the stuff that's happening in there, and some of them they just might be filling out. So yeah, definitely keep an eye on that stuff, man.
I think too, they got plans for. I know they have plans for the Rose.
Let's see. So this is that cover that you were talking about. Is that the 125 for that 253?
Oh, that is a beautiful cover.
It looks good, man.
Like, I hate the fact that this type of art is on a facsimile. Like, if this was like, in the regular run, a regular ratio incentive, this is a beautiful cover. This is beautiful. I like it.
Yeah. So you just rip out the book and send in the cover to CGC, and so it's only so you just have the cover gray.
You okay?
I'm just joking around.
And before we even started the show, you and I, Spidey, we were talking about this Ultimate Spider-Man book, man. Freaking.
Oh crap.
Yeah. I guess we gotta freaking.
It's a great read.
My boy back in the headlines.
It was a really good read.
I enjoyed the read. I enjoyed the read. Like it was something unique, right? Like when I first read it, I'm assuming everyone on the panel has read it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's
way past spoilers time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So when I first read it, like it seemed like Peter had been up all night, like doing like superhero stuff. From what I didn't catch on to him not having powers until like that midpoint, right?
Say, I'm sorry. Say again. You're saying freaking.
Like
what
so
now?
when like at the beginning of the comic book, right? When you see Peter Parker like waking up, like drinking coffee and like walking through his kitchen and stuff like that, and him being tired from being up late or whatever. Like you don't think it's from work, you think it's from him being a superhero.
Okay, gotcha.
Like a little bit, but it definitely gave dad vibes of the like, this
right.
just
that he's also older. Yeah, I definitely
caught,
I definitely caught that he was older and all that. I got that. Like that made sense to me. But it like to me it seemed like he had been doing that still for like 20, 30 years or whatever. And then you start to catch on different hints throughout, like, oh, Aunt May died in this universe instead of Uncle Ben. Just little
Yeah,
hints like
it was to me. I think it was just different in like the having this discussion with people the last few days. I think the appeal of it for the Spider-Man fans that read whatever it is putting out from the Nick Spencer, Volume 4, 5, Kindred, all that stuff. You read Spider-Man and it's like, okay, you think when Ryan Otley and them start over, you think that him and Mary Jane are gonna be together. You think it's gonna go that route. Like, fuck it, he's older. Like, make him older. Let Miles be the young guy. Let him be the older guy. And they don't take it that way. And you get these good stories, bad stories, good stories, bad stories, and it's just lackluster. And you get this. There was no action in this goddamn book, but it was a lot of conversation, a lot of nuance to it. And it was like the conversation between him and Mary Jane. I don't think any adult male on here has never had that conversation with a female to where you're gonna go do something and she just wants that, yo, we gonna be good? Oh yeah, all right, go do whatever it is you gotta do. You know what I mean? And it's like this is writing that we want to see from an adult Peter Parker, his interaction with his wife and all that.
As someone who remembers buying the Spider-Man wedding issue off a spinner rack and being a fan of Spider-Man like forever, this is what I've been wanting to see for a long time. A happy, married with kids Peter Parker.
I'm not going to go so far as say he's happy.
Oh yeah,
no. Yeah,
he's married.
He's married. He's married.
He's had the same job for 20 years.
But no, my thing was always this: like, why does Reed Richards get to be the only married man? In the Marvel universe,
yeah.
Like you got to give.
It's because his body can stretch his body can stretch every part.
But like I think seriously, in all seriousness, like Adam was saying, like when Pete got married, it was around the time of the Fantastic Four, where they were a married couple. So I think Pete and MJ being together just needs to be a staple. Like screw it, okay? She gets kidnapped occasionally. The kids have powers. They grow up and fight later, but let him stay married, man. Let him stay with this woman and still let him do his adventures. Like you trying to constantly separate them and add this new dude, Paul or whatever. This shit is ridiculous. It's like just let it be how it is.
And every time they try to give the main Spider-Man a happy home life, they always find a way to fuck it up. Initially, Sins Past, the most infamous when Norman was fucking Gwen. And
the
twins. They were originally supposed to be Peter's kids.
Man, it sounds like they've broken up more than like Ross and Rachel. So
yeah, Ross and Rachel have nothing on Spidey and MJ.
Yeah, but other than the relationship stuff, the ending, I like the whole from the Ultimate Invasion book, the whole Stark. The Maker destroying whatever, killing all those people, making it look like Stark did it, and Stark going around now to set up the Ultimate Universe. I want to see that Black Panther book to see how he gives T'Challa the herb or the vibranium, whatever it is that the Maker did to stop T'Challa from being the Black Panther. Like, I really want to see what they do. But for Spider-Man, it was a good start. Him letting the spider bite him putting on the whatever nanotech, whatever the hell that shit is, the suit. I'm waiting to see what happens in issue 2.
Isn't there also going to be an Ultimate X-Men as well?
Yeah, they're going to do a whole bunch of them. There's already Ultimate. Yeah, there was already an Ultimate Invasion. There's Ultimate whatever #1 universe. There's going to be an Ultimate X-Men, but that one was written by Peach Momoko.
That's scary.
Yeah, hold on, let me blow that up.
This is the first appearance of Ultimate Invasion, the second print.
Okay. Now, wasn't there a Chris Tyler? What's his name? Chris Tyler, whatever.
John
Tyler Christopher. Yeah, John. Yeah. It was like a red negative with Miles Morales on there. Here you go. Yes. Because people have been buying the shit out of that for me this week. I just didn't remember whether it was Ultimate Invasion or not. But yes, people have been buying the shit out of some of that stuff. Now the thing is, and I'm trying to remember what it was. It might have been, is it Ultimate Avengers or Ultimate Universe or whatever the fuck it was. There's a 1/100 out there with Thor on the freaking cover. There's a new character out there that was, I forget what what her name is, but her first appearance
The Stormbreaker variant.
girl,
Was that
right?
the Young
Shit.
Guns thing?
Yes, the young people, the champions,
Yeah,
the new
new
champions.
Yeah,
There you go, Lucas, the new
champions.
champions. Yeah.
T-shirts.
Right, and that was from like X-Men number 29. Her
Yeah.
first cover, she wasn't actually in a book. She was on
She was
the
just on the cover.
cover.
All
Right.
of those covers premiered these new people that are supposedly going to be in the Ultimate
Right.
Universe.
Yes,
One
sir.
Oh,
And then
okay,
there was,
yeah.
and then there was a previews of her in that Thor book. It's not a Thor book. It might be an Avengers book, but he's just on the cover.
He
of
was
the
on the
book.
cover.
Right. And then there's going to be the Ultimate X-Men. Yeah, the Ultimate X-Men, where it's going to be her along with Armor. And they're going to be doing their own little thing. So that's the book that I thought was going to blow up, but people are going to hold on to this one. So it's going to be fucked. All right.
So are they letting Peach write Ultimate X-Men because
Yes.
of Demon Days and all that?
Right, yeah, because they people forget that those are all new freaking X-Men stories that she wrote, and she drew, and people
And-
just didn't give a fuck. But
I mean, it
Like
was
Star Wars
popular.
Vision.
It was. I mean, it was repeatedly sold. I mean, I don't know who's buying them. I assume it's like, again, that crowd of people that are into manga and anime that they're trying to.
people. There's
Yeah.
one of 500s out there that are out there for really cheap. So
Yeah.
I gotta say about that. So it must be people that are reading but not necessarily collecting, because
Right, exactly.
500.
They're not doing anything. Yeah.
Sir Christopher the Great says there is a new Hulk and a new Iron Man. I do know there was somebody, and I didn't see it. A son of Iron Man. There's supposedly his son with Wasp or some shit like that, and there's a cover out there, and I think we're going to talk about it on FOC of this new Hulk. But yeah, so here's the question. No, here's the question. Sales for this Ultimate Spider-Man #1, the cover A is going off the charts. I haven't actually looked at the 1 and 200 to see what the values on those are yet, but cover A is definitely one that people want, which of course was surprising to me because here's the photo cover of the family and everything. What do we think?
the Otley cover.
Yeah, what do we think?
Is that the
3
one,
months?
Sam? The family cover?
Yes, but people weren't. Oh no! So there's two. There's the design cover, which is the 1 in 10, and there's the regular cover B. Right.
So
Yeah,
I think there's so many cover choices out there to choose from that I think people are automatically going to default to cover A, as a just like a typical comic person will do, right? Cover A will always be like top for whatever reason, and then and then it's just gonna like trickle down to like whatever reason.
So here's a question: 3 months from now, do we still think there's going to be hype around this freaking book that it's going to be selling like this? Because Spider-Man book are usually like 100,000 printed. Now, granted, this is the Ultimate Spider-Man.
And this is like the 4th book to come out in the last 4 months, title-wise. So,
and this was a $5.99 price cover on this book. What do we think?
I think it's going to depend on the next issue.
I really think it's going to depend on are they going to keep the quality of the story up?
Right, or the first story arc.
The first story arc, yeah. The first 4 issues is gonna.
It's really going to depend.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 issues. Like,
those first 4, we're gonna see how this goes.
Right. It's gonna either like hook a bunch of readers and people are gonna be on for the ride and love it, or it's gonna do like every other book, start off strong and then fizzle out.
Yeah.
I
will never forget. Remember, it was called the Ultimate Hulk, or was he the Ultimate Hulk? The one with Donny Cates, written by Donny Cates and Al Ewing and those guys. And
Venom.
It was Hulk. It was like he was like
Hulk
that couldn't die and shit.
Donny
Right?
Cates written Hulk. with
Yeah, and it was
Hulk and all
amazing,
that
right?
bullshit.
And then and it was amazing. People were looking for the first appearances and shit and everything, and then it just got fucking stupid, and then people don't care about that book anymore.
Oh, are you
Sir-
talking about like Spaceship Hulk and stuff like that?
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Sir Christopher the Great is saying, I'm feeling gods way more than Ultimate Spider-Man.
Here's the thing with gods, though. Gods, I believe by next year we're all going to be talking about Yeezy. You're going to do a special on this shit, ghost books and everything. They're revealing so many characters in those books and changing things in those gods book. They're under order. No one's paying attention to them. We don't give a shit now, but wherever that story goes, I assume sometime down the line, those books are going to gain value.
Oh, nice. Good tip. Good tip. I'll
But
take
this
my eyes
cover
on.
right here, these covers from me and Lucas was talking about it before the show started. Like after the first 24 hours, after everybody read the book, that black suit cover immediately started to sell because everybody thought that black suit, that he puts on at the end was that suit. But then when the previews dropped today of interior art of the issue 2, they see that the Manhanini cover is the suit that he has on. But these suits are selling because that orb thing can change into any one of these suits. And of course, the black suit is the most popular one. So those all started selling. Yeah, but that is the suit he actually used. If you see the preview for issue 2, that is the suit he actually is swinging in. He's fighting in. That's the suit. That's the base suit, I believe, for all the other suits. So we'll probably see him in these suits, of course. But I believe in between time, he will be wearing it like that, just a plain black suit.
Damn.
Yeah, the last one, Christopher, the last one I just seen, the last one earlier sold, I think about 3 hours ago for $75.
Hot damn.
Yeah.
People that got the whole set, all the covers, they're on Mercari now for like $250. And people are buying them.
You said in the last day or two they bumped up another $50. It's the last I saw one for like 200.
And I like that Nick Klein though.
That's the one that has damages, so people are waiting for those to be replaced.
I bought a 1 in 25 today for I feel like that's the cover that's like slept on a little bit because it's still below ratio.
Which one?
The 1 in 25.
That's because it doesn't, it's just a regular Spider-Man cover, torn and beaten. It doesn't, the cover is good art, but when you read the story, it's like that cover doesn't match.
But, it doesn't relate to anything.
Bingo. The covers that people are buying are the ones that relate to the story.
That's true.
That is true. The most popular ones are the ones with the whole family on the cover.
And people are mad because they changed it. The solicitation showed it differently, and then the end one turned out to be a Christmas card.
Or it looks like one of those like those cheesy mall
That's
pictures.
That's what it is. It's supposed to be a Christmas card, but the solicitation showed it how the logo, the trade dress is right there. That's how they showed it solicited. But then when we get it, you see it says Happy Holidays all across the bottom.
Right.
Or season greetings, something like that.
I think it does say Happy Holidays.
Yeah, Happy Holidays. I looked at it here. Happy Holidays.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make a purchase right now. Hold on.
Okay.
These prices are too damn cheap. No, I do not want to use my.
But yeah, the reason why I think the orb, you could tell the orb is what changes everything because this cover right here, this cover is not Peter Parker. This is Miguel O'Hara, his costume. So if Pete can change into this costume, that means Tony implanted all the costumes that Spider-Man has worn or a Spider-Man has worn. So I don't know if we're going to see this Pete.
So it's
There's
almost
a
like
possibility.
playing it. It's like playing the video game almost. You know what I mean?
Bingo. It's kind of like that. It seems like that so far. It
Being
seems
sort of
that.
like a jackpot. Jackpot number 1 just came out this week, and that's literally her powers is that she just taps her fucking wrist, and then it fucking does the thing, and then her powers can fucking change.
Yeah,
And
she
that's
plays a slot machine on her wrist.
yeah.
Nice.
So these 1/100s are cheaper now than the cover A's and cover B's and all that.
Yeah.
$10, and these are fucking bids at $10. Nobody's bid on this one for $10. This one is a buy it now for $25. Some of these bids are $8.50.
You know why? Because no one gives a shit. Like, this is Marvel's generic let's pull incentive art that we have from these people, or art that we didn't use on previous covers. How many times we got Spider-Man with penguins and shit? Like, get the hell out of here. The art is beautiful. Like, no disrespect to the artist.
Penguins do we have in New York anyways? Jesus Christ.
That shit is beautiful, but it has nothing to do with the book, the interior. I wish they go ahead.
Isn't that the same book that's also damaged too as well? Or isn't that one of the books that's being recalled?
Yeah, only by certain stores though. That's like even with the Darth Vader 42, right? Remember, everybody was online crying about this book right here having damages and it being bent and stuff like that. And even on my comic shop, they had put the disclaimer on the cover A that there were damages. I went to the 3 shops I go to, no damages. They had stacks of them shits, all beautiful copies. So I think it was just region based or certain stores, but it wasn't as bad as
certain distributor or whatever.
So that's one thing about freaking Penguin is that they hold their individual packagers to hold them accountable, and I know that because they put the name of the person who packages and ships the shit inside the fucking box.
There's a store that does that too. If you've ever seen one of this,
Third Eye.
Yeah, so they put the person's name in like a Sharpie or whatever. Like they sign it, like as they're putting, like it's a bookmark.
Yeah.
And then they put that in your package. So like if your package comes damaged or whatever, you can say like,
hold the person accountable.
Yeah, this was packed by blah blah blah. I mean, every package I've gotten so far has been good.
Packaged by Tits McGee.
Yeah. But I mean, it holds that accountable. Like probably like if that person gets like 50% of their packages are showing up damaged or whatever, then obviously they don't need to be packing books.
Yes. Yeah.
Shouldn't you take Tits McGee out of the packing department?
Yeah.
Ultimate Spider 9.0 still going for 800 and 8.5 going for 600. A Raw, the Ultimate Fallout 4 going for 500, and that's a Dirjevich.
Oh, motherfucker.
That's Dirjevich right there.
Holy shit.
So the Ultimate Spider-Man #1 going for 200. 120. So yes, prices have definitely freaking dropped down on this one. I'm not sure what's going on with Spider-Man 2 Game Verse #1. I still have it was hot for a while and I didn't fucking read it, so I definitely need to fucking pull that bitch out and figure out what the fuck is going on with it.
What you talking about, Lucas? The one with him and Miles on it?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's like a little prequel to the video game story.
Is that the one that was the free comic book, that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess some of them in a box somewhere.
Let's see what is
this book.
Sold
out a lot of places.
The Jesco?
Yeah. Well, no, not Jesco. It's somebody else.
It's not Jesco? Okay. I thought it'd be like one of those Marvel Legends things or whatever.
Okay.
No, it's that old card set, I believe, Marvel Masterpieces or some shit like that.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. So some of these books that I'm getting ready to freaking talk to are have either sold out or they're just not going to be available again through the distributor. Yes, this one, the Amazing Spider-Man that just go.
Yep.
Then there's Cable. We talked about this one last week. I
I
didn't
told
really
you. I
believe
said
it.
it's a good book.
I didn't really believe it, but sure enough, here we go. Freaking it's called Cable, issue number 1, the one with where it's I'm trying to remember. No, John Romita Jr. drew this one. It's where he's got pouches, and his pouches has pouches, and he has got guns, really big guns, and the guns has guns.
Nice.
I actually read it, and the beginning of it is pretty stupid, but the way it rounds out is actually pretty freaking good. So, yeah.
So it's worth a read.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's all Cable ridiculousness again.
Oh,
Nice.
awesome. Okay.
Then there's this Daredevil, John Romita Jr. freaking. I think this Carrie Andrews or something like that, but I definitely like this one. Don't know why this one really sold out. I couldn't track whether there was a first appearance in this one. I read it, I just wasn't freaking tracking. Yeah, not sure what's going on with this, unless there's something going on with the secretary in this one. Not sure. And then Marvel Superheroes, The Secret Wars. Talk about facsimiles and all that other shit. Here we go, freaking again. People definitely did like this one. And from the indie spot, Kill Your Darlings. I definitely liked issue number 1. It's still going strong through issue number 5. An Image freaking darling, Kill Your Darlings, freaking definitely freaking doing good.
Excuse me, Lucas. That is with issue 8, right?
No, it was on issue number 5 right now.
All right. Yeah. But I'm asking, that is a miniseries. Is that correct?
Not sure. Then Operation Sunshine issue number 4. Not sure what's going on with this title. I haven't freaking read it yet, but people seem to freaking like what's going on. Definitely like this freaking. Yeah, it's gnarly, right?
It looks creepy. but are we starting to see, like, because Dark Horse was bought by that video game company, right? Are we starting to see some? Are we starting to see some IPs that are going to potentially become video games? You think?
Through Dark Horse,
or whatever their computer gaming part or branch of the company is.
Well, that's a good shout out, because that's definitely something you got to look through. Let's see. I'm trying to freaking. You're talking about TH. Let me make sure we go back to this one. You're talking about THQQF. That's the stock symbol for Embracer Group. They've already got stuff through Hot Wheels Unleashed, Saints Row, Ghost Simulator, Star Trek, Evil Dead, Borderlands, Space Marine, Remnant, all this other stuff. So it's a 2-part question. Like, number 1, is there any Dark Horse stuff that is a Dark Horse IP that could probably transfer over to video games or movies? And then is there or are there any video game stuff that could probably transfer over into comic book
comics?
Right. That's a lot of stuff to freaking keep an eye out for. The only thing is, I don't know. Like, did Dark Horse lose their IP or lose their ability to print Star Wars stuff? I'm trying to remember.
Dark Horse
got it.
They just got back.
They just got it back. Right. They just got it
back. Where they can do their own, like, doing the hyper stories. They also got the High Republic Adventures, like, from IDW, stuff like that. I don't know if they can reprint their old stuff though.
Yeah. So I mean, they probably can. I see. That's the only thing I don't know, because I guess that would be up to Lucasfilms, because they made them stop doing that stuff because they were going into, like, what if type of territory, and it was like, hey, no, stop doing all that old stuff because that is no longer canon. But then now that people didn't like new stuff, they were like, okay, let's open some of that canon stuff and take some of that canon stuff and put it over here.
Right. Or let's make this Dark Horse stuff canon now, or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of freaking questions. So the reason why I bring up the Star Wars stuff is because they had to spend some money. That's why IDW is in the position they are. IDW didn't want to spend the money. They wanted to save their money in order to pay off some of their debts and put them in a better position. In the meantime, Dark Horse, of course, is going to have to gin up the money, or had to gin up the money in order to buy that Star Wars IP back so they can print it out. With that being said, if Dark Horse does not have a successful 2 years, they're not going to be able to do anything else other than fucking print bullshit.
Oh, gotcha.
They're not going to be able to do
But-
anything else. They got
Yeah.
a lot of IPs. They're just not going to be able to do anything with them. So that's the thing.
Right, and then with the Star Wars thing too, like Star Wars video games, that's all locked up with EA Games.
Mm-hmm. EA Games, TTWO, and they're not licensing it through Embracer Group. They're licensing it from Marvel, right? Unless there's like a character, that only Dark Horse had. That's the only way I see it happen.
Yeah, because I want to say that EA exclusive deal that's been in place for a long time, probably even before the Disney, before Star Wars got sold to Disney. I want to say so. It was probably it's probably like a deal that was made during the Lucasfilms era. I want to say it's been a while.
Yeah. That is going to be a show unto itself, diving into what the fuck is going on with the Star Wars IPs, who owns what they're going to freaking deal with it. I don't know.
Oh yeah, because merchandising is already a mess too, right? Action figures and T-shirts and all that stuff.
Jesus, what the fuck is going on with that? Yeah. All right, let's get back to some of the stuff that got sold out this week. Something is killing the children. Still going strong. At issue number 35, just a beautiful second print by Tommaso. Just absolutely good. I don't know what's going on. I haven't had a chance to read it yet.
Your mic is starting to sound weird.
Is it?
I think
Hello?
that's probably. Oh,
Let me make sure. Yep, let me make sure I got enough battery in this freaking bad boy.
okay.
Yep. So Sonic the Hedgehog #1 cover A. Still got those Sonic the Hedgehog fans out there. This one definitely freaking sold out. Didn't sell out, but I hear a lot of people talking about this one. The Space Usagi, Stan Sakai, Death and Honor, John Boy Myers, freaking beautiful freaking cover. Yeah, 2023 they had a freaking really good year with some beautiful covers. They didn't quite sell out. I might have to go back and pick some of those up. It looks like they're still going to continue with some of these beautiful covers in 2024.
This is absolutely gorgeous.
That looks good.
Absolutely.
That looks good.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yes.
we definitely need to put that in the folder somewhere.
Scorch, issue number 25.
Oh, that's a pretty cool cover too.
I bought that just for the cover.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, 2024 must be the year of, oh shit, we actually must have to try. Or a robot's gonna steal my job.
Avengers Twilight Book 1. I'm not sure what people were after in this one. Wolverine.
This is first appearances in that book, Lucas.
What, the Avengers Twilight?
Yeah.
I'll have to reread it and actually not just look through the page, the pictures and shit.
Yeah, nah, there's they already got the second print announced for it. The image dropped a few hours ago. They that book is selling out slowly. People are trying to hoard copies because stuff that's happening in the book and everything like that.
And also the latest Timeless had the first appearance of the Iron Man that's in that book too.
Yep. Uh-huh. They're gonna start going back. Watch, you're gonna see people start going back to the store and getting those Thomas books.
Now, I did like the Simone Bianchi for that one. Let's see. But that one was like a 1 in 50. No, 1 in 60, I believe.
1 in 60.
Yeah.
I had it in my cart, but I let it go. I was like, I ain't want it. I was unsure about it. I should have got it. It was only $14.
Okay. So I'm looking inside of Penguin, and yes, that cover, that Alex Ross cover, gone. However, the Lionel Yu Twilight character is good to go. You can still buy that one. You can still buy the Daniel Acuna foil variant. And yeah, and then Scotty Young sold out. And then that's it. So Scotty Young. So the one that's still available is basically the Daniel Acuna foil, which is $5.99, which is not bad. And then Lionel Yu. There's the Wolverine. I forget which what's going on with that one. And finally, Jackpot issue #1. Nothing was going on with that one. I don't really quite understand what's going on with that one, but it is what it is. And then how about we take a break, gents? We're almost at the 2-hour freaking joint, and then let's take a little break. And then we'll get into some of the stuff that's on FOC.
Oh, the time is now, the time is here. Now's the time for a bite of cheer. A tasty light where the price is right. Well, look at here, you'll dig this sight. The moment's handy for a piece of candy. Just name your brand, they're all so grand. Hey, what do you think of a nice cool drink? Or a big box filled with a popcorn thrill? Let your taste buds meet with an ice cream treat. Refresh yourselves, it's time to eat. So come on, folks, let's join the band as we all head for the refreshment stand.
And now, before the next show starts, let's enjoy an intermission. You'll find our snack bar chock full of good things to eat and drink. Tasty, tempting hot dogs, thirst-quenching soft drinks, fresh, crunchy popcorn, a complete assortment of delicious candy, and a full line of cigarettes. You've plenty of time, so visit the snack bar now. A tasty treat will double your enjoyment of the show. For your convenience, we shall keep you informed of the remaining intermission time, 3 minutes before the next show starts.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Just a minute, folks. Yes.
All right, we are back, and we just have a couple more on the FOC. Let's get through. Spidey Hunter, you were actually talking about this one earlier, the Bounty Hunters logo joint that had some damages this week. Some people were good. Some people had a freaking stack that were absolutely freaking perfect. Now, here's what I can say about some of mine. Some were fine, but some of them had this weird sticky goo, like somebody was having too much fun.
Sticky goo? On a comic book?
Yes, on the cover. It was weird for a logo. It's like this isn't even a Dr. Afro book. What in the fuck is going on here?
It's something like a Star Wars Playboy or something. What's up with that?
I don't know. It was weird. So so if you guys are picking these up, definitely keep an eye on that one. And I'm not tracking whether there was a first appearance in this one or not. It is. Cobra Commander, the spoilers of 1/100 on there. It's got Megatron in the back of Cobra Commander. It's okay. Right? It's okay.
The
right?
foil's nice on it.
Yeah, it's like art is fine. It's not wowzer. It's not like, oh man, this is what you guys were fucking waiting on. I'm like, it's okay.
It's not groundbreaking. Yeah, I can see that.
It's not brick tits.
It looks all right.
And then there was this Star Wars, the Miko Cyan. I think this was a 1/100 or Virgin, whatever.
Yeah, when I heard the $150 price tag on this, I was like, kind of like, why?
People are buying the shit out of this one for me. It was like, all right, y'all. And so once again, they weren't spending 150, 140. They were buying, I forget what they paid for it, but they were buying like 100 of the regular. Was it 100?
Yeah.
100 of the regular orders plus this one. So.
And all the incentives in between.
So, hey, y'all go ahead and do you, man. I read it. I didn't see anything special in it, so I don't know. And then let's see. It's just can't be on New Comic Book Day already, should we? Yes. All right. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do New Comic Book Days. This is the stuff that's coming out this coming Wednesday. Dracula. Issue number 4. This one is a Jenny Frison. I love Dracula. I haven't actually freaking read it and everything, but this makes my man look a little flowery right here. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Is this prison doing prison?
Yeah, I was like, all right, man, freaking go ahead, girl. Trying to turn monsters into freaking playboys and fuck boys. Like, all right, go ahead. I'll do what you got to do.
She grew up in a generation where her vampires sparkle.
Twilight destroyed the whole monster fucking game. That's why nobody's returned that shit.
Can you even consider it a monster anymore?
No, you can't, man. Look at what's the other vampire series that's out there right now? It's called What We Do in the Shadows or some shit, and it's but the fucking joke. They're a fucking joke, man.
I mean, but that's straight up just a comedy or whatever. But like, yeah, I see your point. It's changing the vampire game, I guess, right?
Yeah,
I guess, or something. It's trying to reinvent the wheel.
Let's just say that vampires haven't been the same since fucking Twilight.
Yeah. Ghost Machine issue number 1. This one is I've read it and it's not. You ever see how some comic books are absolutely amazing fucking start. It's a great fucking start. Mm-hmm. It's a good start, but I just don't see how it's going to be able to be one of those books that's going to be like, oh, I got to hold on to this for a long fucking time. I don't fucking see it. I don't fucking see it. So
you don't see the longevity of it.
No, I see. You know that freaking series called Rebel Moon on fucking Netflix. I see it being that.
You already see the flash in the pan.
Yeah. Star Wars Throne Alliance's promo been selling the shit out of these.
Yeah, this thing is.
I say that book is sold out a few places online already.
That cover looks badass.
If you need them, hit me up because I got like 90 more of these motherfuckers. Because
I'm happy that Wilco Roger.
Yeah, someone get me that Throne 100 Alliance. Hit me up. Let's see what we can freaking work out, man. Because I got the shit. I don't even know what's in it, nor do I really care. I was like, oh, let me go ahead and throw it up on fucking eBay. Motherfuckers are just buying the shit out of it. So you need it, want it, freaking, I got it for you. Yep, and there is the 1/100 Thrawn Alliance. It's a virgin.
I hear that's already at like $350.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, it was $225 on Midtown.
Oh wow!
Crazy. What is this? Crash Down #1 cover L. This one is a David Mack variant cover.
Mac's been throwing it down this year.
Yeah, man. Which one is this one? Amazon's Attack. There is I kind of like this cover because it's got her high above the Philadelphia skyline, even though Philadelphia, it's got some issues, man. I was just there for Christmas holiday, man. It's got some issues, man. You shouldn't walk into two different CVS's and it looks like it just got robbed and shit, man. Like, um, yes, if you can, there's some numbers behind this one. Not strong numbers, but some interesting numbers behind this one.
Is Philadelphia the city you have to be careful if you can ask to use the restroom or not?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's got a weird freaking identity, right? Where it's got a lot of fucking colleges, absolutely fucking beautiful colleges, great colleges. For instance, you could go to University of Penn, which is in West fucking Philly. University of Penn, which is one of like the top 10 fucking Ivy Leagues in this fucking country, right? A fucking chop went there, right? But guess what, man? You walk one block off of fucking campus, you will get fucking robbed. It's just that fucking crazy out there, bitch.
Well, there's a lot of colleges like that too. And do you think it's because of the cheap rent housing that's around it? That's potentially for the college. That's potentially for the college students, but then it's just like some random person that's applying that, like, oh, this is all I can afford.
I don't know, man. It's been so it was about 10 years since I had been in Philadelphia, and it's been about almost 25 to 26 since I've been in fucking West Philly because I don't fuck with them like that. So it's still fucked up down there.
Well, because Houston's like that. Like U of H, like is in the middle of the third ward, so like you could literally be at class one day and then like you turn the wrong block or whatever. You're down the street that you don't want to be on.
Yeah.
That's racist.
Is it? I didn't say which race it was like in that neighborhood. Because if you go to 4-4, it's a completely different race too.
Garbage Pill Kids. There's a 4 that's gonna be out there. That one has freaking sold out. This Penguin variant covered by Steven Stubik.
That looks good. Creepy.
Harley Quinn number 36, Steve Beach. It's not sold out. No numbers behind it, but it's still just a freaking good cover.
What Harley Quinn was that?
It's her with she's on top of like a whole bunch of dead superheroes, and she's kind of like got the Conan fucking pose,
Okay.
where she's like in a freaking barely there type freaking outfit, and it's just like her and like these just the bra, chain mail. She's got the hammer, and the hammer's got like a fucking skull in it, and by her side, grabbing her leg, is Poison Ivy.
All right.
Uh,
Yeah, that's not the cover I bought. All right.
Superior Spider-Man number 3, cover C, and centered by Raphael Grassetti. And that's it. So let's start getting into some of the stuff that's on FOC. Starting with Zaya. Zaya looks really good. People, if you haven't started reading it, you probably might, because I feel like they've got some plans for this one. Even though it's only on issue 4, I've been seeing some good reads and some good people talking about this one. And this one right here is Zawa number 4, the cover 10, sent by Franny. Let's get into some some Vampirilla. Can't be an FOC without having a Vampirilla where she's almost butt naked and grabbing a ball.
Stuck it up, fucking.
No, sir. There is no fucking on this one. There's no stop. Hey, see, you're always trying to freaking trigger our sensors, man. I don't know what the fuck you're doing, man.
You can't censor me.
she's definitely looking cocaine skinny though.
Yes. Somebody's middle-aged wife was definitely the model for this one. We've been talking about Perillo for a while today on the show. There's this one where you've got her in a, of course she's bloodied up and everything, but she's got a head on a platter right there beside her. So go for the context. But if you really look into it, there's a definite. This is a homage to a lot of the Madonna paintings.
Yeah.
So if you're into art, you know where this is coming from. And
Well, even with the hand symbols too.
yep,
Yeah, that right there is
INRS.
Yeah.
Fuck, I guess I gotta get this.
The halo too in the background, or moon,
moon.
whatever you want to call it.
The halo, yep.
Yeah.
The saintly halo, yep. Oops. And then a Suffer Vampirilla. Oh, by the way, forgot to mention that these covers are Vampirilla issue number 666.
Nice.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. And this one right here is the Masafra variant. Trying to look at, see if there's anything in there. Nope.
Rattlesnake cover.
It's going to landmark the 50th anniversary run where the dead are alive, and Vampy's wicked Sylvia's first mom is proud to get a Power Ranger and mass casualty event which defined the series has been averted. But it looks like there's a new character because it says, "Who is the blonde stranger, and why is she murdering Vampy over and over again?" So there's some new character. I'm not necessarily in this one, but in a series run. Okay, Sweet Candy Vigilante issue number 1. This was volume 2, but issue number 1. This one right here is cover D, Yanami. There's a couple. There's actually a few. This one includes a free MP3 download debuting a never before released Hachi Malachi track by Osaka pop star recorded specifically for this issue.
Interesting.
So they're leaning into the whole K-pop freaking anime manga stuff. And then this one is an Ivan Tao variant for that one.
That's kind of cool.
So, Cruella, I guess this one is issue number 1. I still like this one. This one is back on FOC. It's kind of photorealistic, but you know, just like your methamphetamine freaking grandma, you know, on the thing.
Or something you would see like in the New Yorker or something like that. Like it has that fine art vibe to it too.
The Displaced at Brisson, this one is a 125. Space Usagi. Another John Boy Moyers, excuse me.
I like that cover.
Let me make sure I get over to.
Is that just an open order?
This one. Let's see. Yes, excuse me, and it's not John Boy Morris. It's Sweeney Boo. Green Lantern issue number 8 has some pretty good covers to include the swimsuit type issue. It's called the Tiago da Silva Sweater Weather Cardstock. Looks like most of the Green Lanterns just taking a little swim. And that one's open order. Then this one right here is the Speed Force issue number 4. That's Leslie Laree. I'm not sure who those are. I forget the name of the Black Flash. But it's him and the other girl, and they're just playing video games.
Oh, I can't remember his name.
And let's see. This one is this Batman?
Oh,
really need to label some of these.
I guess
it's
that's the Joker, right?
yeah, it's Batman 143, Yasmin Putri. Let me make sure this shit is from fucking alphabetical order. Yep, and then Batman 143, cover C, Derek Chu. Some Kevin Wada sweater weather cardstock. Retail $5.99. I wonder if DC is going to sell the Bruce Wayne freaking thongs that they got there.
Okay.
Yeah, they got a freaking no boy and a freaking thong. And then this one is the 1 in 25 by Ellen Kwa.
That's a pretty cool cover.
This one is the 1 in 50 by Steven Subic.
That's creepy to me, yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Trying to figure this one out. This one is Sinister Sons, issue number 1. Brad Walker and Andrew Hennessy. This one is I like it even better. This one is the cover B by Dan Mora. It's got Zod's son, Lorzod, a little bit more prominent. And when you're old, when you're fucking old, and you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you always put teenagers on skateboards and surfing equipment for some fucking reason, even though they can fucking fly.
You gotta get kids to read the books, man.
So, because that's all my kids do is fucking surf, fucking skateboard and shit. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Good lord, man.
That's funny.
Let's see, and this one is your 1 in 25 by Danny Mickey. I didn't even see this one before. I'm not even sure what the fuck that is. What is that? Interesting. I have no idea what that is. Looks like some Robin action. Shush. And people have not been loving this one at all. She'll probably just be one of those forgotten characters again, and we'll never hear from her again. But this one is Batman and Robin issue number 6.
So much potential. Just down the toilet.
Yep, this is the Kill and Goo. And this is the 1 in 25 by Dustin Gwynn. Here's your cover E, Suicide Squad Kill Arkham Asylum game key art card. So that probably means that there's some type of code inside of this one. Doesn't say in the solicit, but that's probably what that means. Outsiders issue number 4 by Roger Cruz. Nobody asked for the Outsiders, but they keep throwing this down our fucking throat. And then there's your cover B by Kelly Jones. Here's your Nicholas Draper Ivy Black History Month. Here's your 1 in 25 by Otto Smith. I'm gonna skip through some of these Red Hood action. It's just
they're so generic.
Yeah. Red Hill number 1. This one is your cover B by Turso Khan's. Suckers never heard of before. So this one is your Action Comics 1062. There's a storyline with Bizarro. It's absolutely fucking weird. I don't know how to describe it other than Bizarro gets pulled into this other magical world because they're getting attacked. So they ask for a savior, a helper. They pull him in, and he sure enough he takes care of the threat. But then he turns on the fucking magicians. He says, "Yeah, give me that too." Grabs the fucking magic, and now he's smart all of a sudden. He goes back to fucking whatever the universe where Superman is, and he throws hands with him. And Superman thinks he's won because Bizarro just kind of kills himself. But instead of that happening, now the whole rest of the universe is just Bizarros. Everybody. So I don't know where they're going with it, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. This is one of those. We'll see how it goes. Fuck it.
It sounds bizarre.
Yeah, absolutely fucking bizarre, right? Because it's so weird because it's like, wait, what? So I didn't know that Bizarro's wife and kid got off. I didn't know they fucking killed those guys. So now he's been kind of pissed off and just kind of roaming the fucking universe and shit. So he's on some other shit right now. This is your Riccardo Federici. And your Black History Month freaking card with the female black super character that I can never remember the name of. Cover E 125 by Bab Star. Issue 150 by Paulo Rivera. And Flash.
Wally. His name is Wally. Wally West?
Wally.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Boom. I knew I would remember. Okay. It took me a while, but yeah. Where were you on that chat? No, I'm just joking.
Let's see. Batman Generation Joker. Where are we at with that? Oh, the hardcover is on this one. Spirit World hardcover, Lobo Compendium, Justice League Dark Omnibus. Image has the cabinet. Let's see, where are we? Yes. Do I have anything on? I'm trying to see if I got anything on the cabinet because it's cute, right? The covers are cute, but why would anybody want to read this shit? All right, because it looks like Jim. Remember Jim?
Jim and Hog. Yeah,
that's what it reminds me of. I was like, okay,
yeah.
Okay, what the fuck?
It ends up being their children or something like that.
Instead of Jesus. Jesus.
Instead of Jim and the holograms, it's the cabinet.
Yeah.
We've updated it to this 21st century.
Well, there was just a comic book called The Closet. So they were like,
yeah, that's true.
So, oh, man,
that was like some weird,
Closet.
but that was some like weird like space alien story, right?
So, yes. So, atypical teen, Avani, and Midwestern jock Trent teleport across a post-Cold War landscape to collect bizarre relics. Why? Because they need to summon the arcane powers of a resplendent. Come on now. All these big fucking words. Resplendent. See, make me already not want to read this shit. A resplendent 17th. See, now you're already fucking with me. 17th century cabinet to fix a teeny mistake the last time Afani used it, unleashing an ancient evil from his prison and accidentally slaughtering her parents. Okay, so why do you start with that? Hey, this bitch's parents got killed, and she has a way to figure it out. She just got to travel back in time and do some shit. That's all you need to say. Instead of using a word like 17th century, I'm now because you got me falling asleep.
Look at them with some difficult words.
I almost took a nap like halfway through that description.
Yeah, I'm gonna write
You know,
it
this
down
is-
and I'm gonna send
Lucas
it
is
to
too sober, is what it is.
Somebody just trying to show how smart they are.
Yeah,
I went to Harvard to write this description.
Who the fuck is this?
I give DJs
Shari-
Harvard to learn how to write this shit.
Sherry Ramondi, who, yep, she looks like some, yep.
She looks like a slut.
Hey, we will not use that type of. You sound like you hate women when you say shit.
I don't hate women.
You
It's a technical
you
term.
sound like it. You sound like it. We will not use that type of language here. You're right.
All right, that's
I
time
did-
the 8 o'clock hour. I apologize.
Yeah, I was going to say she looks like the type of person that tries to use big words. And this is comics, guys. The reason why I read comics is because I want to read, but I don't, but I like pictures. Pictures help me read. And I don't need
we don't
big
need
words.
difficult words. And smaller, difficult words.
I don't need a dictionary next to my comic book.
So I'm gonna follow her, and then I will remind myself in the morning sometime to freaking ask her what in the fuck she was thinking about. Yeah, the cabinet #1, and they have the nerve to have fucking census for this bullshit. Okay, the cabinet. So like Doctor Who, but fucking boring. All right. Dutch #1.
Oh, I did enjoy the Doctor Who special.
Which one? So there was Christmas special, and then there was another special they did after that one, where it was just
There was
him by
like,
himself.
there was like what, a 3 or 4 part series, like where, I think it was like what, 3 episodes with David Tennant, and that companion, what's her name? She was in The Office also.
Yeah, I don't think her name is not Rose. I forget what her name is.
Yeah.
But it was talking about the old companion, which is about.
Yeah.
Or the new blonde.
The red hair.
Okay,
the older,
yeah.
the older one. Yeah. So she came back. Donna. Her name's Donna in the series. I don't remember her real name. But anyways, yeah. And then they transferred doctors as well at the end of that.
So I don't know what the Dutch is about, but this is the only cover they needed, man. A big fucking dude in a fucking mask with pouches and a lot of fucking pouches and fucking big guns. That's all they fucking need.
Pouches and big guns making a comeback? What's up with that?
Yeah.
Does he have enough pouches though? Like, is that enough?
Pouches, not pouches?
He's got spaces for pouches.
Yeah, he has.
And,
I mean, it's
Pouches
his
and
first
pouches.
issue. It is his first issue, so he could always increase pouches later.
I'm
down
gonna
the
buy
road.
myself a belt that has pouches because it looks cool now. No, I want stuff with pouches.
he's got knee pads and boots, and he's got these 2 big guns, but then he's got a revolver on his freaking side. So I don't know.
Bullets everywhere.
Inferno's issue #3. That looks. I have no idea what this is about, but that looks like it could definitely be the script. Some shit.
Oh, it looks like you're like making deals with the devil or something like that. Right?
Yeah. This is a Tula Lote. Lula Lote. Is it Lula Lote or Lula Lote, I believe. Oh, there's your baby sacrifice.
That looks pretty badass, actually. Though. Is that Martin Simmons cover right here that we're looking at?
Not sure. Jeez.
Oh
Trying to
man,
remind you.
it looks like some of my band art covers and stuff like that. I'm just saying. There's not much difference.
Hey, hit him up and say, hey, you want to write an audio for them, and all they need is a freaking code to download the shit. See what
Oh
they
yeah.
say.
Well, I don't know if I can do that yet because there's a couple like record labels that are starting to show interest in the band.
Wow.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah.
You said awesome sauce?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say Mazel Tov. For a second there. Dude,
Creep shit.
what if we found out that Adam was saying awesome sauce, but in freaking Yiddish or freaking Hebrew, awesome sauce meant something else?
Does it?
No, actually, I don't remember where I got the phrase initially. Actually,
Creep show. People are still loving this creep show. It's already got a TV. It's already got movies. It's already got a TV series. It's got everything you want. But look, it's going to freaking continue on. Cover B by Rodriguez, and then I love this Maria Wolf cover. This one is a 1 in 10 cover. Some omnibuses. Blood Commandment issue number 4.
Awesome sauce goes great with matzo balls.
The thing that disturbs me about this is, so you got this wolf in the background and you got Jesus on the cross and everything. The thing that disturbs me is that I feel like what they did was I don't know what the word for it is because they didn't trace it. But you ever see that artwork where the dude basically pissed on the freaking cross?
Yeah, piss Christ.
Yeah, it looks like they used that.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
this.
I was gonna say that, like, instead of it being in piss, it's in blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are disgusting.
interesting.
Well, I still can't believe they they still show that in the museum. Like, I mean, it's just like a jar of piss. Like, I mean, a picture is 1,000 words or whatever, right? Because they made a picture out of it too. Which, like, if you don't know what its title of the piece is, it looks like angelic and like it glows, right?
Yeah.
But then as soon as you read the title of the piece, you're like kind of like piss Christ. Oh shit, that's piss.
The Bloody Dozen, a tale of the Strata College. This is some lady in chains. I guess somebody had to scratch the itch of the S&M thing today.
Nice.
It looks like Xena. Does it not?
It does. The thing is, her eyes are glowing and everything. Yeah, definitely. There is your Albuquerque cover B, and then your pile of skinless bodies cover C 1 in 10 Sleeny.
I kind of like that. I don't know why.
Because it's kind of moving over into the negative space variant, but it actually is using it in a way that actually makes sense. That's what hits for me.
Oh, okay. Or like almost like those MC Escher kind of like drawings too, right? Where it's like that negative space and like I can see it like that too, where it's playing off of like something that you wouldn't typically see. I guess I don't know.
Here's the Deviant. Uh-oh. I guess that's it for that one. I Hate Fairyland, number 11. Kill Your Darlings. I think we already went over. No, we were talking about issue number 5. This is issue number 6. King Spawn, issue number 31. Nothing too good in this one. Insights, issue number 5. Our Bones or Dust, issue number 3. Transformers, issue number 5.
I've been hearing this is a pretty decent read.
Let's see, where are we at with that one? Yep, that's your Warren Johnson. That's your 1 in 10 by Arnold Senior.
That looks cool.
And there is a 1 in 50 spoiler by Kershal.
Okay, so you were saying like when you were in the chat earlier on the Hot 10 that even you don't see what the spoiler variant looks like until after FOC.
Right.
Okay, that's kind of interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So especially so in certain cases, like there was the Miss Marvel spoilers and everything. You didn't see it before FOC, but after FOC, before the
Mm.
sale date, that's when images started to break. But then for open orders, that doesn't fucking matter. It's like whatever. So for this one, because it's incentive, this is where the stakes are a little bit higher because if you don't order it, you can't order it later. You can't order it after FOC. So either you order it, you're good, or you don't order it and you're fucked. You're fucked.
Mm.
So, you know. I'm seeing some people out there selling it for $99 right now.
God damn.
And it's a 1 in 50 or 1 in 100?
It's a 1 of 50.
Mm.
So
You're getting later into the
uh,
run too.
yeah. But the man, more blood commandment. I do like this one though.
Oh, where it's the
Godfather.
Godfather. Yeah.
And is that the last of the FOC stuff? That can't be the last of the FOC.
Mm-mm. You got this. You got the Daughterman variant for Captain Marvel. That 1 in 25. I think there's like a couple other covers too. Well, yeah, that Star Wars book we spoke of. Gods, the Hulk.
Yeah. All right. Let's go straight to the Marvel page. Let's see.
There we go.
Make sure we blow it up just a little bit. Make sure people can actually see this. All right, here we go with some alien stuff. But here we go. Alien, black, white, and blood. They're making it tough on me because I do love these black, white, and bloods because they are usually a little bit more gorier. Even that Star Wars Darth Vader, black, white, it was red, black, white, and white. That freaking was fucking gory, and he had some new characters in there. So look, Alien Black, White, and Blood under freaking Disney. Might want to freaking think about getting this one. I do like the David Aja. You can't tell me that David Aja or is it David Aja or David? I think David Aja. You can't tell me that David Aja doesn't have his fucking fans, especially
Yeah.
for this negative space freaking variant. Look how gorgeous that fucking is. So y'all can do
I
what you
mean,
want, but
he's notorious for that two-tone, like those two-tone covers, right?
mm-hmm.
And
Yes, sir.
it's just always like simply amazing. Like it's so simple, but yet so complicated at the same time. Yeah.
Here's the deal, though. This is a retailer. Excuse me. The price is $5.99 for this freaking book. Let me
That's
see.
how much all of them are.
Let's see. Try to see which ones are actually retailer variant for this one.
Excuse me, guys. I'm gonna bounce.
Okay, man.
All
Love
right,
you guys.
later, Adam.
All right, Adam.
So the retailer variant for this one is this one. It is a version, and it's a 1 in 100.
Which one?
The Stegman, this one right here.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's a regular joint of this one, and then there's. So you're talking about 500, excuse me, $250 for the 1 in
You're
100.
barely gonna be able to see the difference between the trade and the Virgin. Or you basically just like looking for no logos?
It's.
I mean, but at the same time, like it wouldn't surprise me if they actually did put the logos on the books either. So
no, that's how they look with that purple banner, with that Fox logo on it. That's how they look.
Yeah. And a Fox logo. And then this one over here, this one to the right, the Francesca Mobley, that is a 1 in 25. Okay, yep, there's your 1 in 100. And then there's your Amazing
Oh,
Spider-Man.
okay. They did take off all the logos. I'm kind of surprised they did that.
Let's see, what's this? This is December. Yeah, so there's the Amazing Spider-Man 253 facsimile edition, $4.99, and then there is the one and what did we say? Did we say it was 1 and 25 or something like that?
Yeah, 125.
Are you ordering 25 copies of 253 to get the incentive?
At $4.99, that's a freaking terrible fucking deal, man.
Yeah.
So I might just
try to find it individually.
Yeah, because I just don't. Even though I like it, I just don't see in that being like right out the fucking gate, like something.
Have
that
people been buying the facsimiles a lot like that, Lucas? Have you been like selling a lot of them?
From me? Nope.
I figured because I see them a lot in shops still. Like I understand certain issues, but it seems like Marvel's just trying to do every goddamn issue for certain, events or whatever.
Well, it seems like they put the they put the incentive on this just to sell more copies, right? To try to match the numbers of 252 is my assumption. Because why else would you like put a fire cover like that on a book if you weren't trying to like pump up the numbers or grease up the numbers to match like of your like last project that you did?
You're right.
All right, some Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. This is the third print of Beneath the Tree Where Nobody Sees. Captain Marvel that continues the saga of that new character that they've got. To include, I think, her girlfriend who's got something to do with the villain, but we haven't figured out exactly what the connection is. Then there's that Captain Marvel Russer Dodman freaking cover as well. The Dodman versions of this, he's got his fans on this one, so we'll see how that goes. Tales of Alexandria, Daredevil number 6. It's 97 variant, and the Sergio Davila. Let me go ahead and bounce out a little bit. Here's your Dungeons and Dragons, Marvel New Gods. Goddess 5 variant. Who the hell is that chick? Okay. So Gods 5, Ivan Sharon, Matthias Manahini Virgin. Bold move. Ron Leem Cosmic Homage. Man, they're really going in on this God shit, ain't it? I mean, because look, when we did the fucking Eternal shit, right? And then they did that Eternals, and then they went hard on the sentence, and nobody gave a fuck.
Yeah.
So now they're doing this fucking Gods for what? I don't know.
So we're gonna see Hercules next year, huh?
Are we?
I don't know. I'm just making a guess.
So we'll see. So here's the deal with Hercules, right? The way they brought it out, it was like, oh yeah, there's Hercules, and then they say, oh yeah, by the way, remember the fact that he's gay. So the problem,
he's gay.
In certain stories there's a lot of homoerotica in his freaking stories. He's not gay, but there's a lot of homoerotic stuff. It's just
because of the Greek thing, yeah.
The original stories. I'm talking about the comic books. I know the original stories. They play that way.
Well, I think in some of the comics there was a relationship between him and Wolverine. A weird thing. Yeah.
Or stuff they alluded to, right?
Yeah.
The innuendo about it.
Yes. The problem is that with the newest board at Disney, they said we're not playing that bullshit anymore. They said, yeah, all that stuff, fuck all that stuff. We're not playing these gender freaking thing politics anymore. Y'all spent too much money on that stuff, and you guys are continuously falling on your face. So boo to that stuff. So the only thing that's waiting for more money to be released is that they're trying to vote two new boardmen into the vote, and they're like 80. They're like 80. They're like 70 and 80 years old. So you know they really are not for the fucking LGBTQ freaking political racial bullshit. They're old school. So that's all we're waiting on right now. Guardians of the Galaxy Annual #1. Then Hulk, Incredible Hulk #9. Once again, it looks like they're trying to return the Incredible Hulk to his scary freaking, not his origins, but that stuff that we loved back in 2020, which was a great freaking run before they decided to go space rollout with him. I think you were talking about this earlier, Spidey Hunter, about these new other Hulk or some shit.
No, I was saying I think the Hulk. I was saying the Capullo variant. You know, just the art. That was it. And they're doing those 97 variants. That's him fighting the Hulk from 1997. Remember how he had the long hair?
Yeah. Where is it? Did they change the solicit for this shit? Because now it says Hulk versus the Angel of Death. Okay, yeah. Here we go. In the solicit, it says Hulk versus the Angel of Death, Frozen, Charlotte. I guess maybe at the beginning of the run, was that the first appearance of this freaking character or whatever? But I just love that freaking name because what a Frozen Charlotte is back in the day, like little girls, they still needed dolls, but you didn't have enough. The toy makers, they didn't have enough money to make the dolls with the arms moving and everything, so they just made these freaking molds, everything. And they just poured the plastics, whatever, in there, and you had this freaking doll, everything that already had, and they painted the freaking dress on them and everything. The only thing is you couldn't dress them up, you couldn't freaking move them or anything. It was just this doll, just frozen like that. And they might have
So
looked pretty back in the day, but you look at them now, those fucking frozen Charlottes, or they're called penny dolls, are fucking creepy as all hell get out.
so they look like voodoo dolls, if you
They
will.
could be. Could be. Definitely, they could be, man.
Yeah.
Luke Cage, Gang War, Sergio Davila, Marvel Superhero Secret Wars, Battle World, Battle World #4. Secret Wars stuff.
You never run
Maybe
out of material for Secret Wars covers, right? There's so many Secret Wars to choose from.
My Little Pony, Ken Bucky Roller Derby #2, and then there's a cover, variant B, by friend Trish Forstner, where she's drawing snails. Okay, I guess I don't know. Is that the new first appearance of these freaking snails in the My Little Pony universe? I don't know. I guess we'll have to ask Trish. Uh, Predator: The Last Hunt #1.
I thought you were about to say My Little Predator.
I was about to say that shit. But look at this fucking gorgeous freaking right here. This Predator: The Last Hunt, Lucio Perillo, freaking man.
Oh
It's
wait,
just
could you imagine a Predator story about like a predator, like a young predator like training to become a hunter? That actually might be a really good like kind of storyline.
that'd be
Fox,
amazing.
get at me. What's up?
should have just did the. All right, then Rise of the Powers of X. David Mack still getting that work, putting that work in for Rise of the Powers X #2 with a regular qualifier and an open order.
I like the work that he's been doing on other covers more than that.
And this, yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like Apocalypse's Children are back with this Giuseppe Camicoli. Karen Andrews has a freaking okay cover. Some Silver Virgin. Rasputin. The Sentry. There's two comics that have that nobody's freaking reading, I guess, except for me. And that's The Sentry and Miracle Man. And you know what? They're pretty freaking good, man. They're like these off stories. They don't need any other freaking superheroes. They're just often by themselves. And I was reading Miracle Man this morning, and that's just going to be pretty fucking brutal the way it fucking shakes out. It started brutal. That first issue was absolutely fucking brutal. Talking about one of the Miracle Men getting sexually assaulted when he was a fucking kid. That shit was crazy. And then they're about to fucking try and go to fucking war over some other shit. So.
That sounds insane already, like right off the
bat. Space Usagi Death in Honor #3, 1 in 10. This one is a Jennifer L. Meyer. Then the Spectacular Spider-Man. There's David Nakayama. Then there's a DK Ruin. I think I talked about this one last week. Looks like it's back here. Spider Boy number 4. Creepy little Spider Boy right behind freaking Spider-Man for no reason. Oh, looks like there might be a 1 in 100 of that one.
Oh, wow.
And you cannot tell me that Stranger Things has not had an effect on this guy, because look at have you seen the last season of Stranger Things with that Eddie kid?
Yeah,
that's who that is. That's freaking Eddie, man.
Yeah.
So that's not fucking Spider-Punk. That's fucking Eddie. So, man, I guess I gotta get that one. And then Spider-Boy, Philip Tan. Spider-Woman #4, Tim Hildebrandt.
I mean, do you see how many people dress up as like Eddie, like at conventions nowadays too? It's actually pretty common.
Is it?
Yeah, like it happens. You run into them like more often than you would think, and so many of them actually like bring guitars and play. Master of Puppets or whatever.
Are we about to have an 80s fucking comeback on this shit?
I don't know, like
leather and hair bands and shit.
Because like all the college kids are wearing like the 90s and 2000s clothes, all the super baggy stuff, and like the mom jeans, like where it's like where it's like up to their like way past their waist.
I've seen some kids pull out the fucking bell bottoms again, the jean bell bottoms. I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen people like wearing Jinko jeans again and stuff like that. All that.
Fucking rating their fucking parents, fucking shit. Spider-Woman #4, Todd Knock, Marvel 97.
But it's crazy. Like some of those clothing, like original clothing line stuff, like go for like crazy amounts of money.
Now they do.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was $100 back there, it's just gonna be like $300 nowadays.
Yeah.
Star Trek Defiant. Star Trek Picard's Academy. I still gotta freaking pick it up and figure out what exactly is going on with that. What are the first appearances? Paramount has made a commitment to putting out more projects for Star Wars. Star Wars 43. Um, I kind of like what's going on with that, but the thing is, it's inside of a crystal. It's not like in real world. It's inside of a crystal, so we don't know what the fuck is going. Don't know necessarily what's going on with that one. Star Wars 43, Casper Wingard, and then Ken Lashley, Black History Month. Not sure who told him that they need to do that. Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 2. I think Spider Hunter, you said something about this one, that this is something that people should think about getting. What do you think, man?
Yeah, just I mean, they have the preview of it online. They dropped it a few hours ago. You see the first few pages. He's in that same black suit from that variant cover. And I
So
had
it's not
noticed
even in
something
these.
else. The cover right there, the one with the goblin on it. There's an opposite version with him in the black suit on issue 1. I think they connect because the windows look like they pair the same when you line it up. But I think it's a good book for everybody to get. They should definitely pre-order it.
Okay, let me just check what the incentives are for this one.
It's the 1 in 25 and the 1 in 100. That one right above.
Yeah, so there's the DK one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's 1 in 100, and that's
1 in
yeah. So this
25.
1 in 25. Good lord, man! I'm telling you, man. Them people at Marvel get that good shit that they're smoking over there. Good shit.
Is that Wolverine Capullo? Is that a second print, or
Yep.
is that
Yep,
the incentive?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We spoke it up, Yeezy. We spoke it up. It's an incentive.
Damn it. We spoke into existence.
No.
Is that the cover A though?
Maybe. Well, here's the
The
question:
one
What
with
it like?
Sabretooth is the cover A. Yeah, the one with Sabretooth, the split face, that's the cover A. And then the other one with the Capullo, I think it was like cover D or something like that, cover D or E.
Oh, okay. But it's like in color?
Yeah, it was in color, yep.
Let me see how this is doing on the secondary. I'm talking about the first print 1 in 100, because
Yep,
there's
that's
a
what it was too. Yep, it was the 1 in 100, the Virgin.
because there's a significant fucking first appearance of is it a Wolverine or a Sabretooth? I forget. Might be a Wolverine or a Sabretooth, whatever the fuck it is. But she can change it. She can change it wherever the fuck she wants, basically.
Yeah, the guy, it's what's his name? He appeared already. He appeared in one of them X-Men books. I forget his name, damn it, Code or Change or some shit like that. But
Oh,
he's
Changeling or whatever.
Yeah, the one, but he can fool you because he can mimic the scent, the powers. Like he had Sabretooth fooled for a little bit because he said you even smell like him when he picked him up, in the panel. He has him and he looks like Wolverine before he changes. Sabretooth even says, he's like, I don't know how you're doing it. He said, but you even smell like him. So he does something the way he can completely mimic the other person when he changes.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Like even like the pheromones or whatever.
The pheromones and stuff, yeah. Because, Sabretooth and Wolverine are the two people that usually can detect, when it's...
someone that can morph or whatever.
Yep. They're the first ones that usually pick it up because the smell, the heartbeat, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But Sabretooth said he was able to mimic Wolverine, like, identical.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's nice power.
Yeah.
Because that was their plan to get into Krakoa, is to use him or her, or whatever the fuck it is, to get into Krakoa. But then they arrived at Krakoa and everybody was already dead and gone.
Yep. You got there too late.
All right. X-Force number 49, regular, and then there's a Will Sliney variant. And that is all that I am prepared to talk to this week. GT Key Comics is asking, is Avengers Twilight number 1 the first appearance of new Iron Man? Not sure. I'm gonna have to go back and read it.
I think it's the Ultimate Invasion. I think it's the new appearance of the son. I mean, it shows the dad in that tank thing, right? In the tank thing when he's talking to him.
Mm. And then he's also saying the cover A is also all the spirit of my LCD, and the cover B a current variant. Ah, man, I really don't want to have to go out in the freaking snow and fucking look for some fucking books, man. Yeah.
It's snowing in your area?
Yeah, it was fucking. The schools have all been shut down all week.
Oh
All
shit.
week, man. And I only had to work 2 days this week. So
I had to work 3 days this week. Or yeah, because Tuesday was a work from home day for everyone, unless you're like essential.
yeah.
So
Well, fuck
so
all that.
yeah.
Okay, well, that's it for us this week. Once again, if there's anything I missed, I will definitely try and post it to my Instagram. And Aaron, what other shows you got? Are you going to be with Brian on his show next tomorrow?
Yeah, I have band practice tomorrow evening, but I'm going to probably join late to Beyond Wednesdays for Modern Comic Mayhem. They're getting the artists from Dwellings on the show tomorrow night.
Yeah, so tune in to that one. Spidey Hunter, do you have any other shows or whatnot or anything coming up?
Nah, I'm just a man in the audience. I'll be in the comments probably when Yeezy on the Brian show. Oh, but Yeezy, I just was looking right now. We spoke of the devil. They just put it up 37 minutes ago. Ultimate Spider-Man, third print, Sarah Pacelli, and it has a 1 in 25 to it by Mike Pacelli.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
No way.
I'm looking at it right now as we were talking, and I was on Penguin. I reloaded the page, and it's like, wait, what the hell? Ultimate Spider-Man, third printing? Like, get the fuck out of here. And then it says 1 in 25. I'm like, God damn.
Oh man.
Let's see.
Yeah, Marvel's gonna milk this cow.
Well, I mean, they've been milking this cow for the last 2 years now at this point, and then.
But like Lucas said, I think this caught everybody off guard. This particular book,
yeah. I mean, I would say in normal circumstances, if this book started hitting later prints, it wouldn't have surprised me. With how good of the reception of people reading the book and are excited for it. But because of Marvel's past history of doing this 1 in 25 incentive for basically any later printing books they're doing for no reason almost, right? It kind of dilutes it. But then we as collectors demand this as well because we're dictating in the market price, right? That these 1 in 25s, 1 in 50 second prints, people are paying $150, $125, whatever, and it kind of lasts like that for a month or two, right? And then until the next book comes out, and then it's just a rinse and repeat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know if there's a solution or, other than voting with your dollars to say oh, I don't want this anymore. But as long as someone's making $1 off of it, they're not going to stop the cycle either.
Not at all.
I mean, and then I am a fan of later prints. I don't care. If the cover's cool. Yeah, if the cover's cool.
I personally like them when they used the interior art.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I was a big fan of that.
Especially if they pick, if they pick the right panel too, right? The
one that you saw while you were reading it, oh yeah, this would make a second print.
This makes sense, or it's a turning point to the story, whatever it is.
Oh wow, Kid Venom.
Here you go, Sir Christopher, great kid. There's Kid Venom #1, Philip Tan homage.
Is that book
but
is that character gonna have legs? You think, or is it just kind of like there's Marvel trying new things?
they're definitely trying new things. That's what that Carnage Kills the Venomverse series was all about.
I can
They,
say this
they
much about this Kid Venom. The one thing he does stand out with Yeezy, he has a different power set than any of the other symbiotes. So
Okay.
that right there makes him not just the manga aspect and all of that. His power set is completely different from all
Okay.
of the other ones. So at least from a storytelling point, they're starting at a different space.
Okay.
I don't know where they're gonna take him, but the fans of Venom so far are liking what they're doing with this character as opposed to what they've done with previous incarnations, to where it's just like another toxin, another
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
wild symbiote. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's the Eniac Lee.
Yeah, he's done that cover
And
so many times.
yeah, and there's gonna
I was gonna
be
say.
there's gonna be a 1-on-100. So
Of course, he always does it. Him and his cut. Not that it's him or Marvel, but whenever you see a cover from him on a trade dress, you automatically know there's a version.
Oh yeah.
they gotta generate enough money to pay his ass, I guess. And then what was the other one? A YouTuber made a video where he states that Avengers #1 is the first appearance of the new Iron Man, and he's on the cover of B.
He's just trying to sell copies. No, I'm just
He
joking.
could be. The Avengers Twilight. I ain't gonna lie. I skimmed through it. I didn't really read it. I just was in talking to people. They were saying there was a lot of appearances in it, or there was an important appearance in it. I haven't played that. I haven't played the spec angle on Twilight. I just, I know it's possibly, gonna flip well. The incentive ratios. It was just too many covers. But I had wanted the Bianchi 1 in 60 because my comic shop had it for like $15, but I ain't pull the trigger though. I said screw it and just left it alone. But it looked like a nice
Yes.
cover overall.
Right. So there is an Iron Man on this 1 in 60.
But I think that's just a classic team cover. I think these are just Bianchi, painted team shots because they got one for the X-Men too as well, the 60th variants. I think he was just doing 60th. Yeah, there's 60th
Oh, there we go.
representations.
Philippe,
That's the one.
Okay. Okay. Well,
that's the one I think the guy was talking about.
Yes, I think it's like the that's the one where it's his mother is the Wasp or something like that.
Yes, that's right. It's the son of Wasp and Stark.
Yeah. So look, nobody's going to care about this shit in fucking 3 months. Spend the money if you want to. Nobody's going to give a fuck. 3 months. Nobody's going to give a fuck. So, GT Key comes and says, I will listen if I get my hands on one. TG are all gone at my. What's T-Gay?
I don't know. Oh, they were all gone?
Okay.
Which book, though? I just found out it is Aki. I don't know what book we were talking about. Because I mean, it could be almost anything. Like at this point, right? Because there's that time delay from when they send out the chat message, and then we're already talking about Avengers, something else. Oh, maybe it's like a Kid Venom book.
Possibly, that's what I think he's could be.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or it could be one of the second print books we were talking about earlier too. It could be almost anything. All right. Anyways,
he says, check this list is for Deadpool #1.
Oh, did you see the leaked images for Deadpool?
What images for Deadpool?
Yeah, he's got long hair.
Yeah, the long hair, and then Wolverine with the mask on.
Not my Deadpool.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's
Like, Like,
it's like a promo image, like a promo poster, kinda, or something like that. You know how they do the all black and the characters are just there and like they're stacked on top of each other. But it shows Wolverine with the mask on. And then there's live scenes of them filming Ryan Reynolds Deadpool with the scar face with a version of Deadpool that has long hair and a Deadpool dog or something like that, I believe too as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put it when we get up. I'll put it in the in our
chat. Sweet.
Yeah, in the chat.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Let's see who's asking for this.
It's a new series coming out, right, Lucas?
Yeah. It says this is for Deadpool #1. It says a new era for the Merc with the Mouth. He has a wild ride planned for the Merc with the Mouth, introducing a terrifying new villain who won't stop until he catches Wade in his death grip. But all working on play makes Deadpool a very dead boy. So that's
cool. A new ongoing series with probably like 1,000 covers, right?
So there's a TBD Micronauts variant. Rob Liefeld, Sean Galloway. There's a foil variant by Ennio Lee and Miguel Macalo. Oh my goodness! Look at all
Too
these.
Too many covers.
Yeah, see? Yeah, fuck all that.
Dude, that's like 1,000 covers. Just like, all right. I mean, I'm still gonna buy like, probably just the A covers just to read it, but there's too many covers to choose from. Like, fuck all that noise. Like, I'll just wait for back issue.
Anybody going to MegaCon?
What is that? That's like in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, no.
Where is it?
Orlando, Florida.
Yeah.
Like, how much do you like Florida? Or how much do you like a tourist town like where Disney is?
I'm straight.
I have a funny story about last time I went to MegaCon. I jumped into an Uber that like same model car, just the wrong Uber, and then
Jesus.
Instead of going to the convention center, which was like 10 minutes away from my hotel, maybe 5 minutes away, I noticed the Uber driver started getting on the highway. I was like, "Hey, where are we headed?" And they're like, "Oh, we're headed to Disney." I was like, "Oh shit, I think I'm in the wrong Uber."
Jesus.
Yeah. And then like as my other Uber drivers like message me like, "Hey, I pulled up to the hotel," and I'm like messaging back on the system like, "Oh, I jumped into the wrong Uber. I'm on my way back to the hotel," and then they just like canceled my Uber. So I was like,
that's fucked.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that you weren't drunk and sleepy, man. That dude would have drove you all the way to fucking Orlando and shit.
You know what the funny part is? It was like the start of the convention, like the first day. So like, that's like as sober as you can be at that point. That's like as sober as you want to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it all depends, man. But
I mean, like by that point, I didn't have my morning beer yet, so we'll say that.
Morning beers. But yeah, so we are at. It is goddamn, it is 5 o'clock in the morning, gents. I want to thank you very much for joining us on the freaking Drunken Chat show, man. It's fucking absolutely entertaining and a lot of insight. Thank you guys for freaking giving me all that information. But it is time. I'm too sober right now to be this fucking awake right now, so I need to move around and possibly get myself some eat. So thank you once again, guys. You guys have been awesome. And for you guys have any questions that you guys want us to answer on the next show, please let us know. Hit us up on Instagram, and we will do our best.
All right.
Sir, yes. Out.
For each man in his time to take, until he walks along the beach and sees his future in the water, along the pond within his reach.
Sometimes men take matters into their own hands.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't.
guys know, it is Drunken Chat, son.